Well, Jason, in the last 5 days, you certainly have had your fair share of distractions. Now you're coming into a very volatile environment, but you're very focused. How do you do it?
Well, you just have to tune out the outside influences and just remember this is a game of basketball. And, you know, that's once you get in between these four lines, it's just you, your teammates, and yourself, and let everything else take care of itself.
Obviously, the goal is to get a steal tonight. What are the keys?
Well, we got to make sure they don't get off to a good start. We got to take care of the ball, get good shots, and don't get caught up with, you know, if they're shooting threes, we don't have to shoot threes. So hopefully we can, you know, execute our game plan.
Jason, good luck tonight.
Thanks a lot, Cheryl.
Send it back to you, Kevin.
All right, Cheryl, thank you. Jeff, he has been incredible in this series.
He has, and his importance can be stated this simply, Kevin, that if Boston had Kidd, they'd be up 2-0 because he's that good, and he's one of those rare point guards that thinks pass first, coach, and he tries to max out the potential of his teammates each and every night out. He's a winner, and he has this team poised to make another great run in the playoffs.
So you can tell Jefferson, coach, that if anybody had Kidd, that'd be great. He's absolutely correct because this guy teaches by example, not just by mouth. He's so intense that he's contagious for everybody on his team, Kevin.
We are harnessed in. We hope you are too. This should be a dandy tonight from Boston. It's the Celtics and the New Jersey Nets coming up next on TNT.
TNT, the exclusive home of the 2003 Western Conference Finals.
The machines are digging. They're boring from the surface straight down to Zion.
There is only one way to save our city. Neo.
They need you.
I need you. What happens if I fail?
Then Zion will fall.
It is inevitable.
It's all over.
The hell it is.
The Matrix Reloaded. Rated R. Starts Thursday, May 15th.
What in this world keeps us from falling apart?
What's important to me? When I'm performing, when I'm on the road, friends and family. Having them near and keeping them safe. Chrysler Pacifica.
All Mom wants this spring is a little more time with the family. Good luck. That's why there's the America's Choice National Family Share Plan from Verizon Wireless. It lets you share unlimited night and weekend minutes on up to 4 separate lines. And right now you can buy a full-color Motorola T720 phone for just $79.99 after rebate. It's the perfect gift for someone special in your family, like Mom. Verizon Wireless, we never stop working for you.
Can you hear me now? Good.
Why do I work so hard?
So I can play even harder. What's my thirst? Staying on top. What's yours? I love my job.
Something for me?
Well, actually, it's for us.
You're quitting. You are my hero. Nicodome CQ, huh?
I'm not a superhero.
Yes, you are. Well, what are we waiting for?
Okay.
You can wear Nicoderm CQ 16 hours during the day or 24 hours to get a jump on morning cravings. You decide.
And the steps?
I step down gradually till I'm free.
You're not a superhero. You don't have to be. Nicoderm CQ.
The passage is intense, but if you complete the journey, you will find your destiny among the world's greatest warriors. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Welcome back to the Hub. We're in Boston, Massachusetts tonight for Game 3 of this Eastern Conference semifinal. The Boston Celtics and the New Jersey Nets New Jersey up 2 games to none with Jason Kidd, Kerry Kittles, Richard Jefferson, Jason Collins, and Kenyon Martin. And for the hometown Boston Celtics, Tony Delk, Paul Pierce, Walter McCarty, Tony Battie, and the struggling Antoine Walker. And watching tonight, the head of basketball operations, the newly appointed Danny Ainge. Then his wife is in the show next to him. Can back up that picture just a little bit? It might be. He's excited to be here. We talked to him today, and he's thrilled with the chance to come back home, as it were, as you take a look at Paul Pierce coming off his first career playoff triple-double. Our officials tonight, Dan Crawford, Greg Willard, and Derek Stafford.
Boy, it's weird to see Ainge sitting that far away.
But it's not weird to see him talking. And here we go with Tony Battie. McCarty picked up by Jefferson. Jeff Van Gundy, what are you looking for early from Boston?
I want to see him go right to the basket like they did with Walker. He got a good look. He just missed it. He's going to have to convert those for them to win tonight.
And a 3 by Kerry Kittles gives the Nets an early lead.
Well, that didn't look good. The Celtics have to get back because you know coming into the ball game that the Nets are going to push it down the floor.
Here comes Antoine Walker. And Tony Battie had a nice game, too, in New Jersey on Wednesday. Pierce drawing the double. And Walker left 3 to 5 from 3. Antoine Walker has his first field goal since midway through the second quarter of Game 2.
Well, that's a nice look for Walker because it was open and his feet were set. He wants to stay away from the threes off the dribble.
Kittles to Collins and a screen by Jefferson, a rebound by Walker.
Well, the Celtics did a very good job in their half-court sets defensively the last ball game. It's interesting watching Walker, though, because he's really pressing his offense, and that's what I think he should do early.
And Pierce over Collins, picked up by Martin. Once again, the Kidd, who is grabbed by Battie. Kittles looking inside Collins, kicked away by Boston's defense. Antoine Walker. Tony down for 3. Collins with the rebound. And Kidd again, hounded by Delk. Flashes a pass down the lane. Caught by Kittles and a foul. Counting for 2.
What I don't understand with Boston, they know they've got to get back, but they are jogging. You need 5 guys to sprint, talk, and communicate.
Well, and they also don't identify. When they come back, nobody is even watching Kittles come in. You're running back to the spots, but you've got to do like you do in grade school. You got to point and identify and talk and say who you have.
Tony Battie picks up his first foul, and here's Kittles missing the possible 3-point play with the Nets on top by 2.
Very important for Walker to get himself started, though, because Paul Pierce has had to carry so much of the offensive load that you need Walker's help.
Look at the power of Pierce kicking it outside. It's thrown away by Boston. Turnovers hurt him too, John, in Game 2. The turnovers for the Boston Celtics, 21 on Wednesday night.
But at least that turnover went out of bounds, and it's not going to lead to another transition push.
Good point. Collins, Kidd, nice fake on Delk. Little step back for 2, and Jason Kidd heard from early.
Well, it's interesting, too, that the Nets are trying to force the pace because every time Kidd is a made baskets, he's pressuring Delk. I think they'd like to see Walker handle the ball.
Pierce picked up by Jefferson, doubled by Kidd, trying to slash his way down the lane with a foul. And it's picked up on New Jersey's interior defense, and Kidd with his first. Well, the Celtic turnover story.
Well, you see, 17% of their possessions in Game 1 led to turnovers, 24%, almost 1 out of every 4 possessions. And it's not just the turnovers, it's the ability for New Jersey to convert those into points.
Look at the increase, only 12.5 against Indiana, but many more against New Jersey.
The best thing the Celtics can do is score if they want to prevent Jersey from running, because definitely they'll have a chance to identify and to get back.
It's Jefferson. Spoon feeds Jason Collins, who's coming off a 10-point, 6-rebound night Wednesday in Jersey.
That was an excellent penetration by Jefferson through the second defender, and like all Jersey players feeding off Kidd, makes the extra pass for the dunk.
Here's Delk, picked up by Kidd. On the foul, it's on Battie. Trying to set a screen, wipe it away, will not count. Tony Battie picks up his second foul for the Boston Celtics.
But Battie had a very good game the last game. He created a problem, and that's what he's got to do now, to create a problem inside on the boards, blocking up the middle defensively.
New Jersey has started this game 4 of 5 from the field as Kidd launches a second shot and nails it. He's hit 2 in a row with 4.
This is a great response by New Jersey to come out, get the crowd silenced, and show that they came to win Game 3, not to try to hang around.
Boston has started this game 1 of 4 shooting from the field.
Well, and defensively, they seem to be in position at half court, but they definitely don't have their hands up or in a situation where they're trying to prevent shots.
Walter McCarty knocks down a three-point shot. Jeff, as we've said this entire series, no one has attempted more. No one has made more three-point shots than Boston.
And I think when they take the right type of threes, it's really a good shot for them. Too often, though, if you see a great back cut by Jefferson, they take the wrong threes off the dribble.
Here comes Pierce into Kittles and to the hole, and a foul called as he goes colliding inside the lane. It's on Paul Pierce, who picks up his first, playing a physical brand for Coach Jim O'Brien.
Here they have a great back cut out of their Princeton offense. Jefferson just misses it, but a great pass by Martin and a great cut by Jefferson. You got to make those count and finish.
Jason Kidd has hit his first 2 shots. Collins. Mark Blount now in the game for the Celtics. And Kenyon Martin from outside. And Boston is +1 in this game so far in rebounding.
Even though Kenyon Martin has been shooting the ball a lot better, I prefer, if I'm the Celtics, to see him take that shot rather than have him inside.
Walker short. Jefferson at the other end. Kicks it back to Kidd. A 3. Make it a 2. And Jason Kidd's first miss tonight. Walker the other way.
Really see Martin challenging him because Martin feels that Walker is not confident right now. He's looking at him with that kind of look like, I dare you look.
And too many teams double team Antoine Walker in the post. I like New Jersey's game plan. Single coverage. Martin's a terrific defender.
Nets have led by as many as 6. Boston has not led in this first quarter so far. Approaching 7 minutes to play in the first. Jefferson dancing on McCarty. Shot clock at 4. Kidd for 3. He hit his first 2. He has missed his last 2. And here comes Paul Pierce, who has 2 points himself. Off one body into another. Lost it. Picked up by Kittles. Off to Kidd. 3 on 3. It's Kidd.
Well, again, getting back without recognizing him, definitely not getting the rebound. Just something very strange about that with the Celtics, because they are getting back, but they're not recognizing anything.
What a great first step by Jefferson. The missed points, but a foul. It's inside as Collins tried to bulldoze his way inside, and the Boston fouls on Mark Blount.
This is the second time Jefferson's done a great job beating his man off the dribble and then finding Collins at the basket area as the big for the Boston Celtics comes to protect the basket. Collins is doing a nice job finding an open seam.
And for some reason, though, I just don't understand why the Celtics are not reacting in terms of a team. The last game, I thought their team defense at half court was really excellent, but now guys seem to be standing around a lot, and the support is not there.
Eric Williams has just checked in for Boston. McCarty has taken a breather. 6.5 to play in the first quarter as New Jersey hits their first free throw tonight. So far, 3 apiece from McCarty and Walker for Boston. 5 points from Kittles, leading New Jersey.
And you see Jersey still extending their defense. What it causes the Celtics to work and trying to force turnovers.
Pierce doubled again. Dealt. And open Eric Williams down the baseline with a charge and a foul. That's the first on him. And Boston has had 3 offensive fouls so far in this game.
And you could see right from the first possession where Kidd took the offensive foul. Now Collins takes one. It takes great courage to put your body on the line. They've done it. Their help defense, New Jersey's, has been excellent.
And Williams almost had to be blind not to see that man there. The guy is set up forever there.
Actually, he is almost blind in one eye, but that's another story. And that's a shot put in by Collins, who has 5 points so far. Collins
has got the ability to make that 17-footer. Handles the ball at the high post very well in their offensive set.
Inside. Blount trying to get it on the drive by Pierce, and they are draping Pierce with one New Jersey defender after another. Boston has turned it over 5 times early on. Kenyon Martin just picked up his first foul for New Jersey. The Nets equal their biggest lead of the game. We're in Boston Eastern Conference semifinals.
So where should I play next year?
Where do you want to play next year? Because you have offers from Dallas, Toronto, Miami, and LA.
Tell me about LA.
Old filter what you don't need. Keep what's good. MGD.
When love is all we need, all we need. Don't you find that ironical? When love is all we need. Oh yeah.
Can you hear me now? Good. Can you hear me now? Good.
Verizon Wireless has the largest, most reliable nationwide network.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Good.
You can count on us to do what it takes to make sure your voice is heard. It's good to be heard.
Can you hear me now? Good.
Verizon Wireless. We never stop working for you.
I'm gonna watch you shine, gonna watch you grow, gonna paint a sign so you'll always know, as long as 1 and 1 is 2. There could never be a father love his daughter more than I love you.
Log on to SI.com for the latest NBA news, scores, and more from Sports Illustrated.
The NBA playoffs on TNT, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. More than 2,700 non-stop daily flights to 59 destinations all across the country. Chrysler, cars to fall in love with. Verizon Wireless, sign up for America's Choice Family Share Plan. Verizon Wireless, we never stop working for you. And Miller Lite. Life is best told at a place called Miller Time.
It's a terrific night of playoff basketball on TNT. The 3-time defending world champion Los Angeles Lakers back home in the Staples Center in a crucial Game 3 against the San Antonio Spurs, up 2-0. You know Kobe and Shaq will be ready. Here, Boston is excited about their Celtics, even though they're down 2-0. This is as loud a building as you will find in the NBA. The New Jersey Nets have not made a change since the break. A couple changes we told you about already for Boston. They're under 6 to play in the first quarter. It's Eric Williams, picked up by Kerry Kittles and trying to throw it inside for Blount. The ball's out of bounds. Shot clock at 3 seconds. And Cheryl, what do you have?
Well, Kevin, out that last timeout, Coach Scott very pleased with his team's energy so far. He said keep pushing the ball up the floor, rebounding. And as far as the defense is concerned, hey, guys, continue to be aggressive and active. And so far, they have forcing Boston into 5 turnovers already.
All right, there were 3 seconds on the shot clock, and that's the shot clock violation as Pierce's 3 hit the side of the backboard. Boston has hit 2 threes already. The Nets have hit 1, and that is turnover number 6 for the Celtics.
And it's very predictable offensively for Boston because you know most of their possessions they're going to Paul Pierce, so you know how to gravitate over and help.
Kenyon Martin with another good pass, but Collins couldn't convert. Here comes Tony Delk. Nice screen by Blount. An open 2-point shot. Put it in.
And I like that by Delk. He's a scorer. He's always been a very effective scorer. He's got to go at Jason Kidd, so Kidd has to defend and play him instead of just roam as a help defender.
Delk had 19 Wednesday in the Meadowlands against New Jersey. Here's Kittles. to Kidd. A three by Jason Kidd. He's missed 3 in a row, and out of bounds it goes.
Well, that's the strange thing about him. You have to guard him because the tougher the game gets, the better he'll get. A lot of times you watch Jason play, you say, I'll give him that outside shot, defend his passes, and defend his penetration.
No lead changes, one tie. Jefferson. Richard Jefferson, an emerging star in the NBA.
And if he knocks down the 18-footer, he's difficult to guard. We've already seen him beat people off the dribble. He makes that shot an added weapon for New Jersey.
Delk would love to play at a faster pace than the Celtics play, I think, because he'd love to get isolated and go on his guy.
And he can play at a faster pace.
Very much so, I think he can.
Delk on the fly. The Kentucky Wildcat with the miss. Another rebound by Kenyon Martin. And here comes Jason Kidd. Another shot from long distance, this time a two-pointer. He had a foot inside the arc, and then bounces over. He hits his first 2 shots, and now he has missed his last 5 from the field.
Yeah, but a guy like that, again, becomes very dangerous. You know, that's deceiving because of the fact that he's a big-time player. When the time is right, he definitely steps up.
Again, New Jersey has not made a substitution as of yet in this game. Here's Walker.
Walker's got to get going, though, if they want to have any success.
Williams trying to scoop it home. Collins was there with defense along with Jefferson. Out of bounds it goes off of Boston. The Celtics have shot 3 of 12. That's 25% to begin the game.
And this crowd has tried to energize them a little bit, but they haven't connected quite yet.
New Jersey, on the other hand, at 44% from the floor.
John, I had never felt that the home crowd was important until the last 4 or 5 minutes of a game. I think too many players say, oh, we're going home now, and think that that's going to change it. Their play's got to change it, and then the crowd can get into it and help them pull them through down the stretch.
Martin aggressively down the lane for 2.
Well, that's when he's dangerous. Martin's coming towards the basket attacking because he's so quick as a jumper. If he misses his shot, he can go back. I'd rather see him do that than take outside shots.
J.R. Bremer's in for the first time for the Celtics, taking the place of Delk. That pass intended for him and thrown away by Boston, and Jeff with 7 Boston turnovers in this first quarter that just shoot themselves in the foot.
Yeah, and I don't like how they're reacting to each other on mistakes. That's Paul Pierce's second bad pass and second stare down with one of his teammates. You've got to stick through adversity right now and play through it.
Lucius Harrison, Aaron Williams now coming in for the New Jersey Nets.
And one of the reasons why that is good, because the defense smells it and steps up the intensity when they see you arguing or fussing.
And Aaron Williams hits. He had a good game 1 with 12 points and 9 rebounds when Martin got in some early New Jersey foul trouble, and the Nets right now on a 6-0 run over the hometown Celtics and have their biggest lead tonight.
The Celtics have to be very careful of, Jeff, is this crowd will turn on them. And that's something that they've got to be careful of.
Coaching in New York, I know that all too well, John.
Martin with another rebound. He's got 4 for New Jersey. Jefferson detonates off that quick first step. It's Kidd jousting with Bremer. A screen by Williams, and open 2. No, he lobs it inside for Aaron Williams. Pierce with the rebound. And he's got 6. Boston +1 in rebounding tonight so far. Walker for 3. He needs a basket in the worst way from outside. Pierce for 3. Rebound. Walker untangles himself. Lost it anyway, and here comes Kidd to Jefferson. Bremer defending, and a foul as Jefferson goes crushing out of bounds.
And you feel so bad for Walker because you feel the tension mounting. The crowd is reacting. They're cheering loud when he attempts. When he misses, they're, you know, and that's got to build up on him mentally.
The Celtics back home, but struggling mightily with 8 first-quarter turnovers and 20% shooting from the floor to begin the game. The crucial Game 3 of the Eastern Conference semifinals, the Nets in Boston.
Looks like we got ourselves another situation down here.
One man risks it all to save a town.
Tell your boss I'm coming to get him.
Don't miss Steven Seagal in Fire Down Below. Tomorrow at 8, one of the Saturday night new classics on TNT.
filter what you don't need. Keep what's good. MGD.
Drove on back to get to you. Is that alright? I drove on
When you think of movies, there's only one place. The most top Hollywood hits. More variety with fewer repeats than anywhere else. The ultimate in movie entertainment, Cinemax. Click or call to add Cinemax for $12 or less per month on DirecTV.
Hey, Peyton, remember that game when you threw for over 350 yards? And that time you hooked up with Marvin for 2 TDs in the second half? What a comeback, man.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah, I noticed you audibled.
I did?
Yeah, I think you sensed the blitz because your eyes were like darting back and forth like that.
Well, actually, it was gun, double right, flip, zebra, scat, left, wide drag, X hook, alert, predict, sprint, jolly, easy. I saw cover 2.
See the games you want to see with the choice of nearly every NFL game on Sundays. NFL Sunday Ticket only from DirecTV.
They're a great team in the open court. When Jason Kidd gets the ball, pushes it up, kicks it ahead to the guys that are really fast in transition, it's almost impossible to stop them. If we can hold them to the half-court game, and that's where I'm most comfortable with our defense in the half-court, we feel like we can shut down anybody.
And look at those numbers. These are regular season games and the first 2 games of the playoffs.
Well, you're not going to be able to withstand that big a discrepancy in easy points. Plus, Boston's getting hammered on the board in the first 2 games against New Jersey. So they are playing at such a discrepancy from possession-wise as well, Coach.
Bremer picks up the foul, and thus we've got Jefferson John at the free throw line for New Jersey.
Well, the Celtics have to score. If you want to stop the transition baskets, the first thing you have to do is score. And if you miss, you've got to get back, recognize where the immediate danger is.
New Jersey is 1 of 5 from the free throw line tonight. McCarty is back in for the Boston Celtics, and Antoine Walker is on the bench. Boston has not scored from the field in over 3 minutes. It's Pierce dancing and trying to maneuver. Williams, McCarty for 3. I mean, he's way outside.
And that's what triggers the fast break, the fact that they have not scored. If you're going to have turnovers and you're going to miss baskets, that's when teams run off of missed baskets and stolen balls.
Mark Clark picks up his second Boston foul.
And you make a great point, because Pierce and Walker, the guys they have to count on, are 1 for 9 so far. They're going to have to put the ball in the hole, but when they are double teamed, they have to trust their teammates.
New Jersey has been led by the 3 points. They get the 5 points of Collins and Kittles, and a whistle and a foul inside. It's on the Celtics. I think Eric Williams picked it up. He did. Eric Williams, who just came off the bench, with the foul.
This Boston team is acting, Coach, like they need an emotional blood transfusion. They certainly aren't getting it from the crowd, but they definitely don't have the energy that they should be having here right now.
Again, I think they made a mistake, and I read in almost every one of their quotes, we're coming home now, instead of what we have to do now to change this series around. And no one was talking about the rebounding. To me, as much as the transition defense is important, the rebounding numbers are just staggering. They've got to be on the board to have a chance to get enough shots up at the basket to win.
Out-rebounded John by 5 Wednesday and by 14 Monday with the Celtics to New Jersey.
Well, that's the thing that will get you killed, because if you're giving them transition baskets and you can't rebound the ball, particularly at the defensive end, not only are you giving them transition baskets, you're giving them putbacks.
New Jersey is on an 8-0 run. And here comes Bremer, who's trapped.
And they're trapping to step up the pace. They're trying to force the Celtics to handle the ball faster to create more turnovers.
Blount trying to set a screen for Pierce. A nice pass inside with Pierce finding Blount.
That pick and roll with the 5-man has given New Jersey trouble the whole series, because they're so interested in stopping the 3-point shot. No one's coming to the 5-man rolling to the basket.
Particularly with the Celtics, you would do that because of the fact that they emphasize 3-point shooting so much.
And that is a whistle on New Jersey. And an offensive foul called on Aaron Williams, the first on him for the Nets.
New Jersey tries to force the pick and roll to the baseline. There, Blount just slips to the basket, and you cannot even see another New Jersey defender protecting the basket because they're trying to protect that three-point line.
I'm watching Paul Pierce, John, tonight. That right ankle that he turned in the fourth quarter Wednesday does not appear to be an issue. Let's see even on this flow if we can sense any kind of irregularity to his movements as he finds Williams and kicks it to Plummer for three.
Well, he's not going to have enough room out here the way the Celtics are shooting to test that ankle.
McCarty trying to save it, goes crashing into their fans. It's loose and picked up by Kidd. Plummer on his tail, hit to the ring, and a foul. And they call it inside on Jason Kidd. And Kidd picks up his second personal foul.
Well, I'd like to see that one. About that call.
I do. That was a block. That wasn't no offensive foul.
Denny Ainge is back.
Yeah, we're not missing Ainge at all.
I thought we were one short of Cruz.
Anthony Johnson is coming now for
You're right, though, Coach. I agree with you 100%.
I'm a referee supporter, but that's a huge foul putting Jason Kidd to the bench this early in the game.
Defensive 3-second violation on New Jersey as Rodney Rogers is in the game now for the Nets. We'll take a look at Kidd, who's got 2 fouls. He's got 2 for New Jersey. He has a high right there. And then for Boston, they've got 3 players with 2, Battie, Blount, and Eric Williams. And the first free throw is in, and Boston from the free throw line tonight is 3 of 3.
Well, the most significant thing is the fact that Kidd has the 2, because if he goes out of the game, it may affect the pace of the game. The Celtics want to play at a slower pace. Kidd is the fast break, literally, for the Nets.
New Jersey's got a foul to give with 20 seconds to play. Paul Pierce. The little step back is tough to guard.
He is impossible to guard on the wing at 12 feet one-on-one, because he can take it to the hole. He's got a power forward body, plus he can create space with the step back.
Final seconds of the first quarter. Anthony Johnson, a Williams screen. And they look for Jefferson, picked up by Harris. We're down to a second to play, and Harris doesn't know it. He got it away, and Cole! He knocked it down to finish the first quarter. A desperation 2-point shot by Lucius Harris. And I really think he wasn't cognizant of the clock at the second, just hoisted the ball up.
But you know, Jeff, the bad luck for the Celtics was that you had the most unlikely guy that you want to have the ball not knowing it, because he jumps up and throws it up. You wish a non-shooter had it.
And he was pretty heavily defended on the play as well, and he had Paul Pierce right in his face, who thought he had one more pass left in him. And then Lucius Harris, a former player of the week in the Eastern Conference earlier this year, beats the buzzer and gives the Nets a 24-15 lead over the hometown Celtics. You're watching the Eastern Conference semifinals on TNT.
Tammy's here.
Not too late.
I know. Hey.
Find everything you need?
Yeah.
Just checking.
On the road and stuck trying to get business email in all the wrong places? Get Verizon Wireless Email Access and your data will travel on America's most reliable wireless network.
Can you hear me now? Good.
For all your company's wireless needs, we mean business. Verizon Wireless. We never stop working for you.
Want to grow? The calcium in milk helps.
I love that fire grill, citrus thrill, flavor pill. Chili's is the place for me. I love that special twist, flavor kissed.
mildly seasoned citrus-fired chicken, spicy garlic and lime shrimp, chili citrus-fired chicken and shrimp. Want more flavor?
Jim Brewer here. Got to show you how the new Right Guard Extreme Power Caps work. Power Caps are little balls of extra odor fighters. Let's say these guys represent odor, and the balls my friend Randy Johnson has here represent the Power Caps. Power Caps destroy odors on contact. Get extreme, get Right Guard. You do not want to be odor right now. Oh!
From TNT and Sprite, a thirst for winning, Kenyon Mark. He's one of the most tenacious young defensive players in the league. And his incredible shot blocking and rebounding ability proves he has an unstoppable thirst for a return to the NBA Finals. The 2003 NBA playoffs. The drama continues on TNT. See if Kenyon Martin will win or go home. Brought to you by Sprite. Obey your thirst.
Welcome back to Boston. These are the NBA playoffs on TNT with Hall of Fame coach John Thompson, Jeff Van Gundy, and Cheryl Miller. This is Kevin Harlan. And Boston has turned it over a ton in the first quarter, unless they trail by 9. In fact, they turned it over 9 times in the first. Coming up next, it's Game 3, the Spurs and Lakers. Tomorrow, ESPN, Detroit, Philadelphia, Dallas, Sacramento. Sunday on ABC, San Antonio and the Lakers. And Sunday, Detroit, Philly, and Dallas and Sacramento. Here we go, starting the second quarter. Johnson, Aaron Williams, Richard Jefferson, Rodney Rogers, and Lucius Harris out there for the New Jersey Nets. They're shooting 50% from the field. Jefferson tried to claw his way inside and fouled on the play. And that foul will be called on Tony Delk for the first time.
And I think the Celtics made a good decision, because with Jason Kidd sitting on the bench, they extended their pressure and are going to try to see how well the Nets can run their offense with Jason Kidd not in the game.
He's got 2 fouls so far. Rogers, Harris, Jefferson. Antoine Walker back in the game. Shot clock is at 5 for Anthony Johnson. Another great roll for New Jersey.
I thought Boston, the last 2 possessions, if they continue to play that type of defense, they'll be fine. They got 2 bad breaks with Harris knocking one in and then Johnson getting a good fortuitous bounce.
Here comes Walker out there. Bremer, McCarty, Delk, and Paul Pierce. Antoine Walker gets it to go. He is 2 of 6 shooting tonight. And somehow Johnny's got to continue to manufacture those kind of shots to get out of his slump.
Well, he needs that, because if you look at his reaction, he understands what's going on with him mentally, and he hit himself, you know, just to say, okay, fine. But it was very interesting also that the Nets were denying the ball from Paul Pierce, and they're forcing the other Celtics to beat him.
Rodney Rogers picks up his first foul for the New Jersey Nets. Again, Jason Kidd on the bench with 2 fouls for New Jersey. Rogers, Lucius Harris, who beat the buzzer to end the first quarter, comes up short there. Pierce with the rebound. Here comes Boston. They're shooting 30% from the floor.
Nets a totally different team without Jason Kidd in the game.
Bremer for 3. Rebound by Jefferson.
That's good offense by Boston. They got a wide open 3 look. Bremer just missed it.
Rogers tries to work inside underneath, and a foul is assessed on the forward Walter McCarty. That's the first on him. Take a look at Byron Scott. Took his team to the Eastern Conference Championship and the NBA Finals last season. Rogers at the line. Nice pickup for Rogers, and Jeff, he had a great effect on Boston last year. New Jersey hoping the same thing happens these playoffs for them.
Right, Rogers is a multi-dimensional offensive player because he can post and he can shoot the ball from deep range. So he was an excellent pickup by New Jersey, just starting to play better, but a terrible, tough loss for the Celtics.
Yes.
Because when they made that trade, that was very, very difficult then to lose him after only half a season.
Lane violation, John. They'll shoot 1 more at the line.
So, and I think another very bad loss for the Celtics was Kenny Anderson. You know, just based on how he was playing, distributing the ball, and really helping out. They're struggling. Danny Ainge will have his job cut out for him because they've got to get inside help and the point guard help.
Right, when Anderson saw that Walker and Pierce, for whatever reason, were struggling, he could run pick and roll in the middle of the floor and create shots for them instead of them having to always create shots for others.
Inside to Walker, picked up by J.R. Brenner. Shot clock is down to 6. Pounded by Johnson and by Harris. There's Pierce, a sloppy possession. He's got to throw it up. And a rebound chased by Johnson, and McCarty again into the stands for a second time in this first half, trying to save the ball for Boston, both times unsuccessful.
But that call saved the Celtics, though, because they were on their way. The Nets were on their way to a fast break. That's great hustle by both players, though. You like to see that happening.
That lady got it right in the lap. Aaron Williams, Anthony Johnson. Got a sneaking pass inside. Kenyon Martin finally digs it out, and Rodgers deploys a 3. Rebound by Brenner. Rebounding in this game, the Celtics are +5.
Well, they're getting no transition baskets, though. The Celtics don't even attempt to get baskets off of the fast break.
Antoine Walker with the miss. Lucius Harris with the rebound ahead there. Anthony Johnson. Again, Kidd on the bench with 2 fouls. Anthony Johnson with a floater inside for the New Jersey Nets.
That's a very difficult shot, shooting it off 1 foot at the dotted line. But to go back to your point, Coach, if Kidd was on the Celtics, they would all run harder because they would know they're going to get the ball in transition.
They would get all transition baskets.
That's exactly here. Here, Anthony Johnson learned from Kidd, pushes it right at the rim. That's a tough floater, and he knocks it down.
The New Jersey Nets have equaled their biggest lead tonight of 12. We're in Boston, and you're watching TNT.
That ain't no shot. No, that's a crime.
They're ready for the NBA playoffs, are you? The NBA playoffs are on TNT, but you can still catch the drama of Law & Order weeknights on TNT.
Midnight Tea Times at the Iceland Open, presented by Amstel Light. Go to AmstellLight.com to win yours.
Can Jimmy play?
Oh, yeah. Jimmy?
Oops.
Can Jimmy come play?
Hi, Derek. Jimmy?
Can Jimmy play?
Jimmy?
Slot right, Texas. 22-on-2.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's my job.
Word has it someone here's trying to make a collect call. Calm down, people. All you gotta do is dial down the center with 1-800-CALLATT. It's free for you, it's cheap for them. What do you say we get up out here and go hit a disco? Or not.
Save on every call. Dial 1-800-CALL-ATT for collect calls.
Midnight Tea Times at the Iceland Open, presented by Amstel Light. Go to AmstellLight.com to win yours.
If you begin to feel overload, consider your Earth. What do you feel?
He is nothing but a warrior. Paul Pierce has been magnificent in this series, and he needs help. And he's gotten it for the most part in this series, except from Antoine Walker.
Well, Walker has struggled, and tonight they're all struggling, but they need to get something where they're not frustrated offensively. You just have a sense that they're frustrated on almost every possession offensively. Let the game come, make each other better, and trust your teammates.
Here comes Pierce trying to go inside. Another Boston turnover. They've got 10. They had 9 in the first quarter. Johnson, Pierce. Boston has never led, and New Jersey has been up by as many as 12. And a rebound to the hands of Walker, but saved by Delk. Pierce and Walker a combined 3 of 13 shooting from the floor for Boston. And a foul as Delk takes it across the lane for the Celtics.
You know, the difficulty sometimes, Kevin, with what's going on with the Celtics is the fact that because they don't get any transition baskets, and if the Nets play good half-court defense, they won't get any layups. And sometimes to get your jump shots to go in, you have to make layups, but they don't even have layup opportunities out there.
Kenyon Martin just picked up his second foul. Kidd remains on the New Jersey bench, and he's got 2.
I think, Coach, you're right, and I think the biggest factor is Boston is very limited talent-wise offensively. They have some spot-up shooters, but really, if Walker's not going well, it's all on Pierce's shoulders to create opportunities for himself and others. I think Jim O'Brien's done an unbelievable job of maximizing his talent at hand this year.
Hell, he's been a magician. When you look at this team, it's overachieved. It definitely is overachieved.
Williams a screen. Anthony Johnson a wide open Kenyon Martin. And Martin puts it in. He's got 6 points, 4 rebounds, and an assist. Martin had 14 and 10 on Wednesday and exploded on Monday with 21 and 6 rebounds.
If he can hit that shot, that's bad news for a lot of people.
Delk thinking about 3, maneuvers for 2. Tony Delk.
I love his decision right there. Instead of shooting the contested 3, he showed a shot fake, got into 15 feet and knocked it in.
I'll tell you what, the Nets need to capitalize on this lull that the Celtics are going through, because I think it's very easy for them to get into a good flow, make a couple of baskets, and turn this thing around.
Rodney Rogers just drills a 3. The Nets have knocked down 2 threes. Boston has hit 2 as well. But the Nets are shooting 52% from the field, and Boston shooting 29% for the game from the floor.
They're playing an awful lot, Kevin, without Jason Kidd, which makes them more of a half-court team.
Paul Pierce connects, and he's got 7. Pierce is 7, leading Boston, and 5 apiece from Collins and Kittles. Our second to Martin's 6 for New Jersey.
The Celtics' unwillingness to press without Jason Kidd in reflects the lack of depth that they have on that team.
Tested inside by both Pierce and McCarty, and Pierce picks up the foul. That is the second on him. So some of the big headline names of this game with 2 fouls apiece. Kidd, you see Paul Pierce right there, and Kenyon Martin of New Jersey.
Well, you really would think that they would force the tempo a little bit if they had more players, and particularly in the guard spot, because Jason Kidd holds the ball and controls so much for the Nets, and he does it successfully, that with him being out of the game, you playing at home, you can force the tempo a lot easier.
New Jersey from the free throw line tonight, 5 of 11. Boston 5 of 6. Kidd. Delk had it knocked away. Here's Antoine Walker working on Rodney Rogers. Walker across the lane. Picked up by Kenyon Martin. Boston back on defense.
Boy, oh boy, is he having a tough time.
It's 2 of 8.
Man, he's going in the right direction, Coach. He's penetrating, but he's not coming up with a foul or a basket.
He has a hard time elevating over people close to the basket.
Lucius Harris throws up an air ball.
Well, when you look at this, Antoine does everything right. He lifts his man, he backs in, he gets to the basket, he does everything right to finish. He doesn't get the foul, and I agree with you, Jeff, and I said that the last game. I don't believe he's getting much lift on his shot, and I think his knees are bothering him. You talk to his their assistants, and they said he's fine, but I don't believe that.
He also nicked up his wrist in that first series against the Indiana Pacers. Paul Pierce for 3.
That's outstanding execution. They moved the ball side to side, and then Walker, although he struggled to score, set a great down screen on Pierce, who knocked in the wide open 3.
And that's why it's extremely important for the Nets to tighten up. You don't want them to create momentum, especially this little bit of time that we have just before halftime, so they'll come out in the second half and feel real confident.
Anthony Johnson to Aaron Williams, rejected by tee and vacuumed in by Antoine Walker. And here comes Boston. Galloping is Walker.
See, but that's just what a fast break opportunity will provide you. You get a chance to get a layup out there now.
The Boston Celtics have been beaten by New Jersey 8 of the last 9 games. Trying to come back in this game 3 on their home floor.
That's the type of effort you need in help defense. Walter McCarty coming all the way across the court to block the shot and ignite the break.
Having trouble sleeping? Well, you're not alone. Nearly 70 million of us Americans can't get enough sleep. And no wonder with all the stress today. Now there's a natural way to get the rest you need. It's called the Nautilus Sleep System. Nautilus's unique air chamber design allows you to personalize your comfort every night, just by inflating or deflating the pressure. And your spouse is going to love this bed too, because the dual zones allow them to control their own comfort. You got to call this toll-free number now to get a free video that tells you all about it. Now you can get one of these great mattresses for as little as $25 a month. And Nautilus lets you actually sleep on the bed for 90 nights to make sure you really love it. Hey, a better mattress means better rest, naturally. Call now for your free video or visit them online at greatsleep.com and start getting the natural sleep you need.
The NBA playoffs on TNT, brought to you by Amstel Light, the beer drinkers light beer, and Burger King. The sourdough bacon cheeseburger is back for a limited time.
Trials are inherently dramatic.
You're going to see a case from beginning to end.
Now, cable's only destination for Law & Order.
TNT. TNT.
TNT.
See it weeknights on TNT. We know drama.
Well, in game 1, they had a total of 15 turnovers. Boston had 21 turnovers total in game 2, and we're not even halfway through this one. They got 10 turnovers already.
Plus, they're shooting 35%. So if you're not handling it well and you're not shooting it well, you know what you are? You're down points. Yeah. Big.
That's when you start praying a little bit out there.
Jason Kidd is back in the game for the Nets with 2 fouls. Kittles, Martin, Collins out there with Jefferson. So the starting 5 back on the floor for New Jersey. Shot clock at 4 for Jefferson. Right between the eyes. Richard Jefferson. He's got 4 in the game.
And the Nets needed that basket because the Celtics were picking up momentum. That's one good reason, I think, for them that Jason is in, because he'll probably now get them some fast break baskets.
Here's Pierce for 3 again. Rebound by Kidd, one of the great rebounding guards in the NBA. But there is a foul. It's inside. It's on New Jersey, and it's on Jason Collins for the first time.
And really, Boston's rebounding has been one of the things, along with New Jersey's poor free throw shooting, that have kept them this close. They're up by 6 on the board. They've already got 4 offensive rebounds, so they're doing a better job tonight about pursuing the loose balls.
McCarty, Walker, Pierce, Delk, and Battie, the Boston 5. Delk for 3. And the Boston Celtics have gone 4 of 11 above the arc.
Well, that was a very good pass by Paul Pierce. And if they start to pick up their confidence in here, I mean, then they can feed a little bit off of the crowd. Defensively now, they seem to be a little bit more active, Kevin.
Tony Delk has put in 7 second quarter points. Kittles to Collins, rejected by Battie once, but not a second time. And that is a whistle and a foul inside. And Jason Collins picks up his 2nd foul of the game.
That was great interior defense. Blocked the first shot, stayed on the ground against the pump fake, and then Collins had to use his off arm to ward off the shot blocker.
And it's amazing how one phase of the game is contagious and has an effect on the other. They start to play offense better. As a result, defensively, the Celtics get better.
Look at Kenyon Martin defend Antoine Walker. It's Kittles from Kidd, who lost it as he went skyward against Paul Pierce. It's turnover number 11 for the Boston Celtics. We've talked all series long about the defense of Kenyon Martin on Antoine Walker.
Well, and you watch his physicalness, too. One of the things he's doing is trying to keep Walker outside, not letting him go inside, and then reacts and get a hand on it. This is where Paul Pierce is so effective. He sees a double team, he throws it on the other side to Delk, and Delk makes them pay.
Tony Delk just picked up his second foul as you take a look at Pierce coming off a triple-double Wednesday in New Jersey.
And when we see Kenyon Martin play great one-on-one defense like that, it amazes me that the coaches did not see fit to put him on either the first or second team all-defensive team. There's not better defenders than Kenyon Martin one-on-one.
There are 2 Lakers on the first 2 teams, though.
Well, they didn't defend it all this year, so I don't know. That's saying those other guys really stink defensively, because if Kobe was first team and Shaq was second team and they played no defense all year, those other 3 got to take a big hit on that thing.
Those are the setup questions.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Here comes Pierce down the lane into the hole. And Boston down by 13 earlier, now down by 5. And here comes Kittles. New Jersey is shooting 48% from the field.
And New Jersey has a lot more life since Jason Kidd has come into the game. But speaking of life, the Celtics, with their offensive successes, now are far more aggressive on the defensive end.
Kittles slashing down and launching on the fly. Paul Pierce with the rebound. Boston is on a 12-4 run right now. Walker for 3. Wow. His shot is nowhere to be found. He's 3 of 10. At the other end, Kenyon Martin for New Jersey.
Too often in transition, Boston is caught in no man's land. The point guard is like a free safety in football. No one behind you, and Tony Delk's not getting all the way back. He's getting back to the 3-point line.
Here's Paul Pierce. He has started the game 4 of 10. Martin is on him. A little switch defensively for New Jersey. Rebound by Jason Kidd. Boston is shooting 36% from the field.
You know, not only does Jason Kidd push the basketball, he recognizes extremely well if you don't pick up.
Jefferson again connects, and Jefferson 3 of 4. 6 points, 2 rebounds in 17 minutes.
And there goes the air out of the Celtics blues.
That's right, John. Different field coming within 5, and now they're down by 9.
Absolutely. I mean, they spirited, they were getting up, and Jason Kidd just took it right out of them.
Pierce, Delk is open. He's had a good scoring second quarter with 7. Gets his own miss. And a fresh 24-second shot clock. Walker trying to position himself down low on Martin. McCarty, Delk, and to Antoine Walker. Boy, the crowd wants so much for this kid to produce.
That was a great counter by Walker. Instead of forcing it all the way to the rim, created some space with 1 dribble and shot a little jump shot.
Walker is 4 of 11 so far in the game. It's Kidd and Jefferson, who has found the stroke. Another 2 for Jefferson, who now has 10 points, 6 coming in the second quarter.
I just wonder, the players coach shoot better when Jason Kidd comes in the game?
Yeah, because every pass is right on time and right on target where you can shoot it in rhythm.
Walker had that bobble out. Picked up by Tony Battine.
And here's another thing that's changed in the NBA in my estimation. It used to be when you struggled on offense, you made up for it on defense. Nowadays, players, if they struggle on offense, they also struggle on defense.
Alley-oop kid looking for Martin, who on takeoff was held down, and it was aborted. And a Boston foul. It's on Pierce, and now Paul Pierce has 3 personal fouls for the Celtics.
Well, that's good news for the Nets, but this is an example of what Coach was talking about, the free safety. The back man is not recognizing the immediate danger and stopping it. But this is what the Celtics needed. Antoine needs a basket. He gets a basket, and the crowd respond. But this man is always roving, and now, right now, he's continuing to do so.
The Home Depot is more than a store. It's learning how at our do-it-yourself workshops for women. It's a new passion It's comfort to ask questions. And more questions. Self-reliance, not someone else reliance. Turn wondering how into know-how at our do-it-yourself workshops. The Home Depot, you can do it. We can help. Join us Wednesday, May 14th for our free workshops. To register, visit us online or stop by your local Home Depot.
The fire temperature is the secret to great tasting sourdough bread. Like sourdough bread, burgers just taste better cooked over an open fire.
This burger is so juicy. The sourdough bacon cheeseburger is back at Burger King and better than ever. A quarter pound of beef cooked over an open fire. 2 slices of Swiss cheese, 4 strips of bacon, lettuce, and tomatoes all served on buttery toasted sourdough bread. Only back for a limited time, so you gotta get in now.
It's there at your fingertips. Armor All Protectant Wipes. They don't just clean and shine. They protect with just a wipe.
What are they looking at? This is an easy call. Nothing's proven to beat the itching and burning of athlete's foot better than, boom, Tough Actin Tenactin. It's the only one clinically proven to prevent athlete's foot.
The ruling stands, Tenactin's still the toughest.
Good call. Boom, Tough Actin Tenactin.
These are the ones that matter. The movies worth your time because they've stood the test of time. The Essentials with Sidney Pollack. Sunday nights at 6 p.m. only on Turner Classic Movies.
Paul Pierce has been carrying the load for this Boston Celtic team. In Game 1, Pierce put in 34 points, had 8 assists. In Game 2, Paul Pierce was absolutely scintillating. 32 points, 10 rebounds, and 11 assists. He is doing so much from every conceivable angle for this team.
And where you see the great number is 18 free throws, because not only does that make it easier for him to put up his numbers, but it also gets New Jersey into foul trouble. Here tonight, struggling, 4 for 11, but he's had 9 rebounds, but the big number, 5 turnovers.
And that's one reason why he's so hard to guard, because he's attacking. He's not retreating all the time. The defender is afraid to go with him.
Walker is at the line because Paul Pierce was just tagged with his 3rd personal foul. And now 6 of 14 free throw shooting for the Nets. A little bump right there, a little brush.
Oh, boy. He took a little acting class somewhere.
Must have. Martin with 8 points, 5 rebounds. And now he's got 9 points. That is a New Jersey high. 12 points from Paul Pierce is a game high. The Celtics have never led, and New Jersey has been up by as many as 13 points in this game. Williams with room to fire. Dropped by Blunt, but right back to Jefferson. Boston's rebounding lead at 5. It's Kidd who hit his first 2. Kidd has struggled. He has missed his last 6 from the field.
But the bad sign was the fact that he had a wide open shot and they got down and no Celtic was guarding him.
And again, you look at this Boston team on the floor. They're playing 2 point guards in Delkin, Bremer, Eric Williams, Blount, and Walker. Where is the scoring going to come from?
And Eric Williams just picked up his 3rd foul. McCarty is back in for Williams.
Well, and you're absolutely correct. And that's one of the problems, I think, when Paul Pierce is in the game, that you can really gear your defenses towards it. Now Walker's got to definitely step up, and Delkin's got to step up offensively for the Celtics team.
Less than a minute to play in the first half. Jefferson has had a sensational 2nd quarter shooting for the New Jersey Nets. He's got 8 in the quarter. New Jersey has got a foul to give.
Tony doesn't want to set up people. He's a scorer.
To the line and a foul.
you know, and not meaning that he's selfish, but just the fact that he tends to think offense because he's got offensive skills. And because of the lack of a player like Kenny Anderson, it puts more burden on him.
Rogers picks up his second foul.
And really, Boston is very fortunate with the way they played offense and the number of free throws New Jersey's missed. They've already missed 8 free throws to be hanging around in this game. And so they've got to feel pretty good going out at halftime that they've been able to hang around somehow.
Tony Delk, 19-point performance Wednesday in game 2 as you take a look at the 10 by Jefferson, who leads all New Jersey scores in this game. Team high 12 by Pierce. Delk has 11. 30 seconds to play in the first half.
Both Jefferson and Martin are adding dimensions to their game for the Nets. You can really see what these guys are going to be like in the future because they're becoming better offensive players. They're great athletes as it is.
No fouls to give either way. Here's Johnson on the perimeter over Delk. Rebound by Walter McCarty. Rebounding is not been an issue tonight for Boston. Shooting has, especially for Antoine Walker. Trying to beat the buzzer. Down the lane, rollicking inside, lost the ball. Picked up by Plunk. And that's how the Celtics end the first half. They shoot 37% from the floor. They turn it over 12 times. New Jersey shoots 50% from the field in the first half. Let's send it over to Cheryl Miller.
We were speaking to Kenyon Martin before the game. He said one of the keys tonight was to make sure that you guys came out here, matched the energy and intensity you were able to do there.
Yeah, definitely. We knew that we couldn't get behind early and then allow our crowd to bring us back and, you know, just playing at home. So, you know, we had to come out here and focus immediately.
You got to be pleased with the defense in the first half. Once again, you forced them into a lot of turnovers, 12.
Well, yeah, we're forcing them into a lot of turnovers, a lot of tough shots, but we're not fast breaking as much as we would like. So, you know, we need to turn some of those into some fast breaks and we'll be all right.
Good luck in a second.
Thank you.
Send it back to you, Kevin.
All right, Cheryl, thank you. The Boston Celtics are down 2 games to none. They need a win tonight if they want to make this a series. They did not lead in the first half, and they trail at halftime, 47-39. As we take you down to our studios, and Ernie Johnson.
All right, thank you very much, Kevin Harlan. The Nets' 9th playoff game still have not trailed at the half. 47-39. I just keep throwing that at you, Charles, every chance I get. This is the Verizon Wireless Halftime Report. That's Charles Barkley. That's Kenny the Jet Smith.
Special guest, special guest.
Special guest, special guest is, oh, I guess that kind of gives it away. That's Alonzo Mourning.
The heart, the soul of the Miami Heat. Well, it's not a Heat anymore.
10 seasons.
No, it's not July 1st. What are you talking about?
20 points, 10 rebounds a game.
They're watching these highlights, getting me excited again. Man.
And he got clearance today by team doctors that he can return to action. It's good to have you with us today.
Hey, man. Thanks for having me, man.
You used to could jump, man. You was quick and everything. I didn't know that.
Hey, man.
Been a long time.
I got a lot of tricks. It hadn't changed nothing, believe me.
We haven't forgotten. We'll go to you first on the first half of this game. The Celtics up against it, playing at home, and have not had the lead yet. What are your impressions of the first half?
Well, I mean, they got to find a way to stop New Jersey penetrating. You know, New Jersey is aggressively going to the basket, and they've got to do a better job defensively. Boston's 2 best post players, Walker and Pierce, are standing out there shooting jumpers. You know, I would like to see them post up a little bit more and mix it up down low, call some double teams, and kick it out, and get some of their teammates open so they can shoot some higher percentage shots.
Walker has 9 points. He's 4 out of 12. Pierce has 12. He's 4 out of 11. Also has 3 fouls, which is a concern for Jim O'Brien.
Well, you look at Antoine Walker, you know, he's not shooting the ball extremely well, but I go to the school of what Larry Bird told Reggie Miller one time. He said, you know what? Big ears? You know, that too. He said, you know what? Reggie wasn't shooting well, and he was about 0 for 5, 0 for 6. And he said, you know what? You're not in the game. He said, how? Well, just because I'm not shooting well, I'm not in the game? Like, no, because if you were in the game, you'd be 0 for 11. And right now, Antoine Walker is 4 for 12. That means he's in the game at least. He's trying to be active. He's trying to be involved. And those shots eventually, I think, will fall because he missed about 2, 3 wide open threes early in the game. That should go down.
But he can't rely on that, man.
You know, the one thing you asked me, does like when a guy starts struggling, does he start pressing? Yeah. You can see he's pressing and he's rushing because he's got, like, in the last 2 games, he's probably got 6 or 7 shots right around the basket, but he's like rushing. He's worried about the guy blocking the shot or he's pressing. But the Celtics' really big problem is no point guard.
They get no easy baskets. Whoever gets the rebound brings the ball up court and starts the offense. They never like kick it to the point guard, spread the wings, and get a layup on the other end.
But there's something you were saying too, as Kevin Harlan was throwing to us, 2 words: body language.
Yeah, they got terrible
Celtics
body
side.
language.
They are down 47.
Sounds like you. You got terrible body.
To 39.
This says big sexy.
Okay.
This says big sexy.
When we come back on the Verizon Wireless Halftime Report, we'll set our sights on the TNT Nightcap Game 3.
Well, maybe it just say big.
In the Spurs-Lakers series.
I know it was body language, though. I knew it was body language.
Back with more in just a second.
The Halftime Report is brought to you by Verizon Wireless, the official wireless provider of the NBA.
Can you hear me now? Good.
Atkins pulls it away with Wallace. You can be fast, or you can be strong. Or you can find a way to be both. What's my thirst? Doing whatever it takes.
It's about that time.
What's yours?
It's about that time.
The Wagner Quick Touch Power Roller. A whole new way to paint. One touch lets you control the paint. The exclusive Smooth Flow system makes painting neat, quick, easy. The amazing Wagner Quick Touch for professional results fast. The Wagner Quick Touch Power Roller, a faster way to paint.
You're a smuggler, a pimp, with the CIA.
Now we have to kill him.
Oh, Ange, enough already.
Michael Douglas, Albert Brooks.
Our son and daughter are gonna be married. We're stuck with each other.
The In-Laws, rated PG-13. Sneak preview this Saturday.
And there's more efficient use of space.
Great.
Just talked to the guy at Office Depot. Everything's gonna be fine.
Terrific. Office Depot sells office products to more of the world than anyone, so we know how to help you get better organized.
It looks good.
Office Depot, what you need to know.
It's there at your fingertips. Armor All Protectant Wipes. They don't just clean and shine. They protect with just a wipe.
Oh, look, it's the guy who falls. Fall now.
Oh, I don't really do that anymore. It's not like I got that insurance.
What insurance?
Aflac. They pay you cash if you can't work when you get hurt. Not that I ever do. Aisle 5 under lingerie.
Price check.
Aflac. That's about it at work.
Aflac.
Welcome back to the Verizon Wireless Halftime Report. Game 2 of our doubleheader features the Spurs and the Lakers in L.A.
That's
Tim
real
Duncan,
basketball.
20 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 blocks in the series.
Look at the big fundamental.
Meantime, what has Shaq got on his mind going into Game 2?
Well, you got Shaq on his head.
We went down there and played 2 awful games. Hopefully we can come here and do what we're supposed to do. You know, Spurs took care of their home court advantage. They shot the ball well in Game 2, and we just have to try to get this one tonight. And like I said, Game 3 is a must-win tonight.
Phil Jackson saying in between Games 2 and 3 that Shaq must adjust to the Spurs' philosophy of creating foul situations, meaning he may need to step back a little bit and not go for the contact as much. Shaq says, I won't change my game ever, 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 ever.
Shaq doesn't have to change his game. It's been effective, and it's helped his team win 3 world championships. So I mean, all he has to do is post up, draw the attention he needs to draw. What he needs is some of his teammates to come through for him, basically. That's all he needs.
That message was for the referees. That message was not for Shaq, because Shaq has to create contact, because if he creates contact 100 times in a game, the referee cannot call that many fouls or walk in, what have you. So he has to make the referees make decisions and say, you know what, is it the fact that I'm really bowling over them, or they're just not strong enough to stand up in the wrong position? I think he has to create more attention to what's going on into the post and get more touches and more offensively aggressive.
You remember when I did the split screen with AI and Shaq? AI does the same thing. He's just not there as big and strong. Every great offensive player makes contact with the defense first. The only difference is Shaq is a monster.
And the lane is but so big, he takes up most of it, so he gonna hit somebody.
And plus also, he's always gonna play better at home, because refs, you know, when the crowd starts going, the coaches starts bitching and complaining, he's gonna get some offensive fouls. But they will not call those in the Staples Center.
Well, when we come back, he's going to be our tallest shooter yet. 6'10", Alonzo Mourning.
We'll see if he's rusty.
First of all, he's not 6'10" either.
July 1st is coming up. We're going to see what really if we should sign up for a big deal contract.
6'9.5" with my shoes on.
TNT, the exclusive home of the 2003 Western Conference Finals.
The Home Depot is more than a store. It's learning how at our do-it-herself workshops for women. It's a new passion. It's comfort to ask questions. And more questions. Self-reliance, not someone else reliance. Turn wondering how into know-how at our do-it-herself workshops. The Home Depot, you can do it. We can help. Join us Wednesday, May 14th for our free workshops. To register, visit us online or stop by your local Home Depot.
You gelling? No telling how much I'm gelling. You gelling? You know I'm gelling. Hey, Ellen, you gelling?
I'm gelling like a felon. You want some melon?
Nah, but hey, I'm like mud gelling. I'm so gelling.
Nice.
Are you gelling yet? Dr. Scholl's massaging gel insoles are made from the softest gel ever created. If you and your shoes don't feel outrageously comfortable, you get your money back, guaranteed.
I'm gelling.
You're not gelling. You're so not gelling.
Are you gelling yet? Dr. Scholl. Look, feel, do better.
Tradition.
A look on the other guy's face. To be my own Manning.
Being a woman.
Because last year, I couldn't.
Millions of little girls.
Every athlete is fueled by something.
You never know when you'll need allergy medicine. That's why there's new Alivert. Alivert starts dissolving the instant it touches your tongue, without water. It's prescription strength, non-drowsy, 24-hour relief. Allergy medicine right when you need it, wherever you are.
It's there at your fingertips. Armor All Protectant Wipes. They don't just clean and shine. They protect with just a wipe.
Bringing DirecTV to our new house was real easy. We just called ahead, left the old dish where it was, and packed the receiver and remote. They gave us a new dish and even took care of the installation. Actually, DirecTV made moving an enjoyable experience.
Now it's my turn to enjoy it. Here you go. Remember to lift with your knees, dear.
Hey, Peyton, remember that game when you threw for over 350 yards? And that time you hooked up with Marvin for 2 TDs in the second half? What a comeback, man.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah, I noticed you audibled.
I did?
Yeah, I think you sensed the blitz because your eyes were like darting back and forth like that.
Well, actually, it was gun, double right, flip, zebra, scat, left, wide drag, X hook, alert, predictor, sprint, jolly, easy. I saw cover 2.
See the games you want to see with the choice of nearly every NFL game on Sundays. NFL Sunday Ticket only from DirecTV.
This copyrighted telecast of the National Basketball Association is intended solely for the entertainment of our audience, and any retransmission, reproduction, rebroadcast, or other use of dissemination of this telecast, or the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the National Basketball Association is prohibited.
Welcome back to the Verizon Wireless Halftime Report. Alonzo Mourning knows the rules. 3 off of Chuck's face, 2 for a regular jumper. Are you ready?
Oh, no doubt. You know the air's a little
2,
thin out there,
1,
Zo. This ain't the paint, Zo. I just want you to know, and it ain't the paint in Miami. It's hard shooting on my court.
Come on, get on the board there, big fella.
Yes, sir. It's hard shooting in a suit. I'll tell you. Well, you ain't gonna get no deal.
General managers across the league watching with interest.
Oh, there you go. He's warmed up now. See, that's his shot. You know, he should be trailing the play. We're gonna have a guy not even get the double figure. Yes. My record's still time, man. That's all right, baby. You got all summer to get ready.
Worse than Eric Musselman. Maybe you should come back as a coach.
Hey, Charles, your head was a distraction,
You
man.
get extra points for hitting it off my head.
Man, your pitcher on the board scared the ball, man.
It is our first single-digit performance. We have some lovely parting gifts for you, Zoe. And the home version of our game.
$5 million. That's a rattle.
Pierce, open look at 3, and it's good.
Can you hear me now? Good.
Good.
Can you hear me now? Good.
Verizon Wireless has the largest, most reliable nationwide network.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Good.
You can count on us to do what it takes to make sure your voice is heard. It's good to be heard.
Can you hear me now? Good.
Verizon Wireless. We never stop working for you.
And you, Wyatt, how'd you make your first billion?
Oil and cattle. Let's call it offshore banking.
And you, Jones, we're all curious. How'd you make your first billion?
Me? Oh, Pepsi.
You invented Pepsi?
Oh, no, I just drank one.
Want your first billion? Enter Pepsi's Play for a Billion sweepstakes. 1,000 winners compete for a guaranteed $1 million on live TV. And one may even win $1 billion.
You guys got a foosball table?
Check specially marked Pepsi products.
The Wagner Quick Touch Power Roller. A whole new way to paint. One touch lets you control the paint. The exclusive Smooth Flow system makes painting neat, quick, easy. The amazing Wagner Quick Touch for professional results fast. The Wagner Quick Touch Power Roller, a faster way to paint.
Welcome aboard. Please turn off all unapproved electronic devices. We have a very crowded flight today, and all overhead space is full. The captain expects frequent turbulence, so please remain seated at all times. And we do anticipate a late arrival. Thank you.
The Hyundai Santa Fe, with America's best warranty. 10 years, 100,000 miles. When you upgrade your travel plans, you win.
Are you a real fan? Want to go to the playoffs? Who's going to win it all?
Pierce, baseline drive.
Looking for some playoff gear? Having fun yet? Need a score? Want the inside scoop? Then log on to NBA.com and be a part of the 2003 NBA playoffs. For polls and chats, log on to NBA.com or America Online keyword NBA.com.
NBA.com, right?
Experience the NBA online. NBA.com.
Welcome back to Boston. These are the Eastern Conference semifinals on TNT. With New Jersey having led the entire way so far. Well, we began our broadcast tonight by telling you we have wished the very best to a member of our family for so many years at Turner. That was taken when Danny Ainge played back in the mid-'80s with the Boston Celtics.
He's passing. Can you believe that? He's up here. Oh, my goodness. I thought he was gone.
Hey, that was because...
Where's Van Gundy? I thought this was Van Gundy over here.
Yeah,
I kicked him out. He was like biting my ankle a second ago. I had to brush him off.
You've already been in an argument, running your mouth with Red. I saw it at your press conference.
Yeah.
And you've already been in an argument with the governor.
Yeah.
Welcome home, right?
I got to. I was looking over here, jealous. I wanted to come over here and, say, sweet.
There was a very poignant moment before our game tonight when Danny Ainge and Red Auerbach and all the legends of the Celtics that were in town walked through that mass of humanity right there onto the court And I don't think there was a person sitting that didn't feel chills in this building. It was a wonderful moment. What were your thoughts when you went through that?
Well, it was a great moment, and you know, just being back there, the Celtics have always taken really good care of their players, and there's always a tradition here. And but I get to sit by a legend every once a week.
No. You get to get a legend to criticize you now.
Oh yeah, I've already heard.
Where do you start? I want to know where you're going to start.
Tommy Heinsohn and all those guys. I mean, Kuzi, they were already telling me everything I need to do with this team. And Red, of course, he's got all his ideas, so it'll be fun.
Ironically enough, Danny has got a son on a mission in Africa who does not know about this, right?
Exactly. He's calling Sunday morning from Africa, so we'll be able to tell him.
Wow. What is your immediate schedule now for, say, the next week or so, 10 days?
Well, I'm just going to commute back and forth. I'm going to get on track and try to get this thing working, get ready for the draft.
With all those guys telling you what to do, now you know how I feel when you run in your mouth. Congratulations.
Thanks, guys. I'm going to miss you. You guys are great.
Terrific, Danny. Way to
Okay,
go.
thanks, guys.
Nice. Congratulations to you and Michelle. His wife Michelle is here as
Jeff
well.
wants to kick me out, but I'm not leaving.
And here we go. We start the second half with Boston down and New Jersey with the ball. They've got Kidd, Kittles, Kenyon Martin, Collins, and Jefferson out there. And Kenyon Martin begins it just that way. He's got 11 points, which leads New Jersey in scoring. And now here comes Boston beginning the second half with Battie, Delk, Pierce, Walker, and Walter McCarty. And a three right there by Tony Delk, who has put in 14 points in this game.
And unfortunately, the Celtics needed that because they came out in a great defensive possession, and then Kenyon Martin hits the deep jumper with Delk answered. See if the Celtics can sustain this defensive intensity they came out with.
Shot clock is down to 7. Foul on Boston as he's trying to wheel in size. Walter McCarty picks up his second personal foul. And let's take a look at our first half statistics. For the first 24 minutes of this game, brought to you by Jeep. Pretty big difference in field goal shooting, assists, turnovers.
Well, turnovers, especially when you look at that. The Celtics just need to get some kind of positive thing going so that they can emotionally get themselves in this thing.
Jason Collins, what kind of shot is that?
He's not a bad 17-foot shooter. Think about how many times at the end of the clock New Jersey's made a critical jump shot.
Good point.
Absolutely, and the Celtics just they need something good to happen to them in bunches.
Here's Paul Pierce, who has started 4 of 11. Tony Battie.
That's something good for the Nets. Tony Battie taking shots out there.
Kidd in mid-stride. Kenyon Martin slams it down. He's got 13.
Well, that's not a good sign either, because you come down and you get an easy basket like that, then you have an opportunity to set up the pressure if you're the Nets.
Now New Jersey has started this second half 3 of 3 from the field. It's a pretty play to watch, isn't it, when they go inside on a Kidd pass? Pierce from point-blank range can't get it. 3-on-3, Kidd to the trailing Martin, and once again, he slams it down. And now New Jersey trailing by 13 points.
And New Jersey,
Boston trailing by 13 points. New Jersey equals their biggest lead tonight.
And New Jersey smells blood too right now. They want to try to close this thing out as much as they can because they don't want to give the Celtics any more emotional inspiration like they did in the first half.
Tony Delk, pump fakes and drives. Rebound by Collins. Out of bounds.
And you'll watch the transition defense right here. The great push by, and there you see Walker's pointing at Kenyon Martin. He's got to run to him. I hate that in transition. You take mine, I'm not going to make the effort to run back. Everybody's got to have that commitment to run back.
Kittle's going inside. He was met by Delk and Battie. And Battie picks up his 3rd foul.
And this is a little bit better. You see the sprint by Antoine Walker. They bottle Kidd up, but here comes Kenyon Martin, who's trailing in hard. Again, outnumbered, 4-on-3, a great point guard like Jason Kidd. He's going to find the open man.
Well, the thing that the Celtics have constantly done is they emphasize getting back, but they're not recognizing where the immediate danger. You stop the ball, you fan out, you pick up people. In transition defense, you don't have the luxury of picking up the man you are assigned to. You have to pick up dangers.
New Jersey has their biggest lead tonight of 15. Let's go to Cheryl Miller.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. I spoke to assistant coach Lester Carter, and when you guys are talking about the transition game, he says what's been so frustrating the last couple of games is our defensive strategy is so simple. Our 5 guys are one that's crashing the boards, and boards have to get back. He said we haven't done that consistently, and that is why we've gotten ourselves in a lot of trouble, guys.
But even when they've gotten back, Kevin, they haven't recognized where the guys are that are coming down on the break. You can get back, that's track, but you got to recognize and point and stop the basketball.
And also, we talk about not having a true point guard from an offensive standpoint, but it's also defensively. True point guards know their first job is to balance the floor and be all the way back.
Tony Battie now has 6 points.
Both Blunt and Battie, I think, have done a good job for the Celtics. I'd like to see them involved a lot more in the action, particularly when things aren't going well.
The transition defense right there, as you saw the graphic, and Jason Kidd hits a shot, his first make in his last 7 attempts.
And New Jersey's built to withstand a bad night offensively by Kidd, shooting-wise. But Boston can't withstand a bad night by Walker and Pierce.
Walker inside, corkscrews for 2. Boston got into these playoffs as the only Eastern team with only 2 players averaging in double figures. Every other team in the Eastern playoff picture when it began had more than 2. But not Boston. But they paid for it in this series. Collins into Jefferson, whacked by McCarty in a foul. It goes on Walter McCarty, and he picks up his 3rd of the game.
Well, and you look at this, you see a situation where Walker's in the post, he closes the distance between Martin so Martin can't jump, and he comes up and he gets an opportunity to score, and that's what he needs. He needs to feel good about it, but even when he's had something positive happen, he's not able to pile on positive experiences.
Nets have gone 10 of 18 from the free throw line tonight, and Boston has gone 7 of 8. As you take a look at Walker tonight, those 11 points coupled with a 5 of 13 night shooting from the field. Pierce with the rebound.
Jeff, they just don't look good to me, Boston, as far as their confidence is concerned, their rhythm out there. It's almost like when you're dancing, you got to have fun. You're playing, you got to have fun. They look like they're struggling and hoping.
Tony Delk. Outside Pierce for 3. And Paul Pierce has a game-high 17 points. Boston is shooting 41%. New Jersey comes the other way, Jeff, shooting 54% from the field.
And again, I think we're all analyzing it correctly that New Jersey's dominated the game and yet are only up 9 points. So all Boston needs is a good run, but it starts down here at this end getting stopped, and they're not doing it right now.
That is a foul. It's on Battie, and he has picked up his 4th.
And here you see the difference. That's a great closeout by Kerry Kittles, a very good contested shot. And right there, sometimes good offense beats even better defense.
And that's in your eyes, for sure, Kevin.
Is that right between the eyes?
That's it, right between the eyes.
Martin at the line. Team fouls in this 3rd quarter. Boston's got 4, New Jersey none, as Battie will check out. And 3rd year, 7-foot Pitt center Mark Blount will check in.
Even when Boston is playing well and close enough, they still look like they doubt. You can't get that positive vibe from their team. Everybody looks like they're puzzled, look like they're confused or mad.
Well, you have to believe first. I mean, you can't wait to play well or as well as you want to and then believe, and you can't show your opponent frustration. I think Walker and Pierce have to show a confidence that'll bring their teammates along with them right now.
Boston is +7 in rebounding tonight. Pierce. Tony Delk for 2. Rebound by Jason Kidd, who shifts gears and feeds to Kittles, who will joust with newly instated Eric Williams of Boston. For Kenyon Martin with a sensational pass by Jason Kidd.
Well, that's the difference in the two teams right there. I mean, that guy is just so good that everybody looks better. It's like when you played with Jordan in Chicago, all those guys look better than they truly were. Here, kid makes everyone look so good.
Killing you softly with my pass. That's what he says.
Here comes Kidd again. And Kittles launching a three. Rebound by Blount coming down for Boston. Approaching 6 minutes to play in the third. Nice play by Tony Delk. Rotating to Pierce for three. Blount tried to volleyball it off, but right to Kittles, and here comes Kidd, weaving by Pierce. And he'll reload on top.
The great thing about Jason when he's fast breaking, he makes you catch him. He doesn't wait for his receivers. He makes his receivers come.
Jefferson. And a foul called on Paul Pierce of Boston, and Pierce is tagged with his 4th foul of the game.
Celtics fouls number 34, Paul Pierce, his 4th personal foul.
That's not good news.
Jason Kidd has 8 assists. Kenyon Martin with a game-high 18 points for New Jersey.
And you see this great pass by Kidd on the lob. It looks easy, but that is precise, right on time, right on target. An easy catch by Martin for the finish and the dunk.
Another breathtaking play by New Jersey. They've led the entire way. Up now, 63-51.
Oh, what a play! Did you see that move?
Mom, Dad, we're here.
Oh, great.
Oh.
The Hyundai Sonata with America's best warranty.
Boy, am I hungry.
When life keeps getting better, you win.
NBA action in high definition. Experience NBA basketball like never before. It's so real you can touch it. Now, NBA TV comes to you in state-of-the-art high definition. You'll have to see it to believe it. Watch the world's greatest athletes, larger than life. NBA TV in high definition. Now available daily on DirecTV and EchoStar. It's fantastic.
The NBA playoffs on TNT. Brought to you by Hyundai. When your car comes with America's best warranty, you win. Hyundai. And Sprite. Obey your thirst.
Looks like we got ourselves another situation down here.
One man risks it all to save a town.
Tell your boss I'm coming to get him.
Don't miss Steven Seagal in Fire Down Below. Tomorrow at 8, one of the Saturday night new classics on TNT.
The New Jersey Nets are shooting over 50%, and they lead right now 63-51.
Jeff, let me ask you a question. Paul Pierce is in foul trouble right now. Would you put him in mothballs or would you leave him out here?
I'd leave him in. I love this decision by Jim O'Brien because your season's on the line right now. You're not winning this game unless Paul Pierce leads them to victory. I'd run the risk right now. I'd play him if he had 5. Until he has 6, he ain't coming out tonight.
I love it. I love it. I think y'all agree with you 100%. Save him for what? Vacation?
New Jersey has 10 missed free throws. Every net who has attempted a free throw has at least 1 miss. But they get now 13 from Jefferson.
But where Pierce has to be a little bit careful is on his forays to the hoop for the charging foul. He may have to pull up a little bit more, try to shoot the 17-footer instead of taking it all the way to the basket.
Lobbing inside for Blunt, who is handcuffed and put in a straitjacket by Jason Collins. And Collins picks up a foul. That's the first foul in this quarter on New Jersey. Collins has 3 so far in the game.
Well, and the Nets have to react defensively right now. They're doing a great job offensively in getting out, but they don't want the Celtics to pick up any courage right now.
It's Paul Pierce who's got 17. Grinding on Kittles. Blows by him and takes it inside, but he can't get it to go. Rebound attempt, kicks out. It's picked up by Kittles. And New Jersey had numbers until Martin kind of stood in the way and slowed things down for some team.
Celtics haven't been able to do it. Martin might as well stop at his own fast break.
That's good. The #1 assist man in the regular season in the NBA, Jason Kidd, 8.9 a game. Winning the title, first net ever. Kenyon Martin nails one from outside.
That's a bad message that he's sending. If he starts doing that, he and Jefferson definitely have expanded their game.
Martin's got 11 in this third quarter alone.
That was great defense by Boston. Again, better offense by Martin on the pull-up.
Tony Delk missed it badly, picked up by Collins. Boston has missed their last 6 shots in this third quarter. Kittles to Jefferson. So many options, so many ways for New Jersey to score. Across the lane, Jefferson lost it. And Pierce the other way.
Jefferson did the right thing, though. He attacked Pierce, trying to get that 5th foul on him.
Again, the Celtics are struggling from the floor. They have not scored in over 3 minutes from the field. It's kept alive by Eric Williams. And the shot clock reverses to 24 seconds again. 12 field goal droughts of 3 minutes or longer in this series by Boston.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Danny Ainge is going to have his work cut out for him because they've got to get some pieces on this team.
Here they come. Kidd to Kittles. And Kidd rotates. Rejected inside by Paul Pierce. Picked up by Delk. Collins back. Sandwich with Kittles' defense. And Delk with the mismatch on Collins. Williams and Pierce. Boston has hit 6 threes in the game. Tony Delk missing again. Whacked by Blunt, who picks up the foul for the Boston Celtics.
That was great effort by Boston at both ends. They had a great block shot, a great pursuit of the loose ball, good ball movement, wide open shot, and sometimes the game comes down to making and missing. And right now, Boston's just missing some good looks.
Did everything right, but put it in the basket.
Yep.
Shooting overcomes a lot of bad plays, and misses. You can't overcome anything there.
And here's Jason Collins at the free throw line. We have not had any lead changes in this game. We have had only 1 tie. New Jersey has led the entire way. 16-point New Jersey lead, which they enjoy now, is their biggest of the game.
Well, when you look at New Jersey helping, everybody's rotating over, trying to support. They're reacting to cover the ball up. You know, it's a continuous effort. But Delk had an easy one there, and sometimes those are the most difficult shots to make.
Nets have been led by the game-high 20 points of Kenyon Martin. Collins now has got 8. Full-court pressure by New Jersey. The Celtics tonight have been led by the 17 of Pierce, Delk with 14, Walker with 11. J.R. Bremer, second-team All-NBA rookie. And the only undrafted player among the rookies on those 2 lists. A miss right there and a rebound by Collins. Here come the Nets. They've hit 2 threes tonight. Kittles thought about it and drives on Bremer and kicks it inside to Martin.
The Nets are missing a real good window of opportunity to close this thing out. They're letting the Celtics just stay close enough that if they pick up momentum, Jeff, they'll be in this thing. Celtics are playing terribly offensively. The Nets have to capitalize on it.
You're right, and that means don't turn it over, don't miss free throws, and don't give up second shots. And really, don't foul needlessly, because right now, Boston is not making any perimeter shots. You've got to make them earn it over the top of your defense.
Jason Collins just picked up his 4th foul, so they bring in Aaron Williams as New Jersey's enjoying their biggest lead of this series as Pierce kicks it out to Bremer, the undrafted rookie out of St. Bonaventure. Rebound by Jefferson.
Boy, are they cold. I mean, they're getting good opportunities.
John Boston has missed 10 consecutive shots from the field.
Well, and the Nets really haven't taken advantage of it because the Boston can still make a run with a guy like Paul Pierce and get back into this thing.
Here comes Boston. They're shooting 34% for the game, and number 34, Pierce has got it. It's McCarty for 3. And a rebound by Kenyon Martin, and the Nets the other way shoot 53% from the field.
What I love about the Nets in the playoffs compared to the regular season is they're showing great toughness on the road. This regular season, they were only 16-25 on the road, but in the playoffs, they are playing extremely tough-minded, very aggressive basketball on the road.
Kenyon Martin has been a one-man highlight show tonight, and this is just in this third quarter where he has put in 11 points, part of his 20 points tonight. Going up high, scoring inside and out, a concern for Jim O'Brien, the Boston coach, and his superstar, Paul Pierce. It's the Nets by 17.
Encourage a lifelong love of reading. Read to achieve.
They out there with the fun out there. We gonna hit out there with nothing to fear. Tear up the spot, get hot to make it rock. Always start here with the clear. Yo, number 1, you gotta get with your real ones. 2, what you do is pop a couple of clear ones. Number 3, call up a breezy. 4, on the floor, maintain the high score. 5, feeling alive, we jump into the ride, which brings us to 6 at the venue in the mix. They out there with the fun out there, make it last out there. Always start with the clear.
I told you she had a boyfriend.
The Hyundai Tiburon, with America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles. When you can be counted on, you win.
Bringing DirecTV to our new house was real easy. We just called ahead, left the old dish where it was, and packed the receiver and remote. They gave us a new dish and even took care of the installation. Actually, DirecTV made moving an enjoyable experience.
Now it's my turn to enjoy it. Here you go. Remember to lift with your knees, dear.
Hey, Peyton, remember that game when you threw for over 350 yards? And that time you hooked up with Marvin for 2 TDs in the second half? What a comeback, man.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah, I noticed you audibled.
I did?
Yeah, I think you sensed the blitz because your eyes were like darting back and forth like that.
Well, actually, it was gun, double right, flip, zebra, scat, left, wide drag, X hook, alert, predict, sprint, jolly, easy. I saw cover 2.
See the games you want to see with the choice of nearly every NFL game on Sundays. NFL Sunday Ticket only from DirecTV.
USA Today is the place for a comprehensive look around the league. Get all the latest scores, stats, standings, and daily game recaps to keep you up to date with your favorite teams and players. So pick up your copy of USA Today every day.
We've got a critical game coming up from the Staples Center in Los Angeles, which will be rocking tonight as the San Antonio Spurs, the Western Conference #1 seed, take on the 3-time defending champion Los Angeles Lakers. It's up next, the Spurs and Lakers exclusively on TNT with Jeff Van Gundy, John Thompson, and Cheryl Miller, Kevin Harlan. From a noisy Fleet Center in Boston, the Celtics have never led. New Jersey enjoying their biggest lead of the game of 17 right now. And Kenyon Martin has put in 20 points, coach for New Jersey.
And you just see how good New Jersey's defense been tonight. They're just getting stops 72% of the time here in the third. And overall, holding Boston, shooting only 33% from the floor. That's a terrific job defensively.
Well, and you've got to almost wonder, is it New Jersey's defense or Boston's poor offense? I mean, you really look at them, they've had some opportunities to score, and they just haven't been able to take advantage of it.
They call a jump ball as Walker tried to concoct something inside the lane. He was just draped with one New Jersey defender after another after the pass by Pierce inside.
That's good offense, got it to him in a good spot, and Martin stripped him on the way up and just is a tenacious one-on-one defender. So if Walker's not going well and they're swarming Pierce as well, where is the offense going to come from? It just shows you the limitations of Boston from an offensive talent standpoint.
And Walker ends up getting mad at him on a jump ball.
Technical foul, and it goes on Antoine Walker, or did it go on Martin? It's on Antoine Walker. He just got a tee. Boston has not scored from the field since the 7:29 mark of the third quarter. And you know, Kenyon Martin has been inside Antoine Walker's head, not only this series, not only this season. You go back to the Eastern Conference Finals last year. Here they're jousting in there, trying to get position on the jump ball. And Walker's saying something to Kenyon.
Kenyon saying something to him, too. Look at the scoreboard.
Right, and I think that shows you Martin's maturity over last year, where he more than likely would have gotten into some taunting back and forth. He's just letting his game speak for him.
Walter McCarty, and that was chipped by Martin. Look at his hustle at the other end, losing his footing, getting it to Kidd, knocked away, and here comes Antoine Walker the other way for Boston. Galloping into the defense of Jefferson, snapping it outside to Primer. And Walker picks up a foul as he held Jefferson, and now Antoine Walker may be a bit of a loose cannon right now.
Well, I think he's trying to generate some confidence. The thing that you got to be impressed with, he is hustling. Things just aren't falling into place. But you're right, Kevin. He better control his emotions because he doesn't want to get thrown out.
And he made a great play. Penetrated, he kicked it to Bremer. Again, they're just missing even the good looks that they have. But frustration can set in when you know that your season is 12 minutes from being nearly extinct, because they're not coming back from 3-0 against New Jersey.
No, this is it. This is the game that they need to win to make this a series. And Jefferson from the line rattles it in, where tonight he has gone 4 of 7. He's got 16 points. Martin with the game-high 20. From the free throw line tonight, New Jersey 16 of 27. Now that one adds one more on there. And Boston only 7 of 8 from the stripe.
You hate to see a player going through what Walker is going through right now, because you know he's a quality player. Things just won't fall in place for him, and now he's getting emotionally involved in the game, maybe a little too much.
It's Paul Pierce. Rebound by Jason Kidd. And he's got Bremer on his heels as he dances inside, slicing his way for 2. What a play by Jason Kidd.
How big is he? As big as he wants to be. Oh my God, he got the rebound, went down, posted his man, and shot a scoop shot. Never smiled, never reacted, Jeff. I love his demeanor on the court.
Now here comes Boston. They've missed 13 consecutive baskets until that drive by Paul Pierce, who grimaces as he goes inside. I wonder if that ankle is bothering him now, as he looks to be laboring just a bit, Jeff.
When you're down 22, everything hurts more, believe me.
It's Jefferson against McCarty, who picks up the Boston foul.
Getting a little tense out here now, I would say right now. I think Boston is experiencing the frustration, probably a little embarrassment because they're here on their own home court.
Yeah, I think, again, we're focusing so much on the Celtics and what they're not doing, but what New Jersey is doing is showing a championship demeanor. They came out in Game 3 up 2-0 with a cushion and had a great sense of urgency. And I'll tell you what, if they get the right matchup, because I think they're the best team in the East, if they get the right matchup in the finals, they can compete against the Western Conference. It can't be the Lakers, though. They got no answer for the Shaq Daddy, but against San Antonio?
Sacramento, maybe.
And if Jason Kidd remains healthy, because he's as dominant for them as Shaq is for the Lakers.
New Jersey had a foul to give, and it's on Kenyon Martin. Boston has had 3 significant scoring droughts in this game. 3 minutes and 46 seconds with nothing from the field. 3:25 in the first half with nothing from the field. And in this third quarter, 6 minutes and 49 seconds without a single field goal hit. It's Pierce, and McCarty tries to beat the buzzer. And ties Walter McCarty. That's the first field goal from McCarty since early in the game when he hit a 3, and that takes us to the end of the third quarter. The Boston Celtics already trail in this series 2-0. The Nets are out shooting them from the floor. and playing a magnificent Game 3. It's the Nets 76-56 over Boston.
Tradition.
A look on the other guy's face. To be my own Manning.
Being a woman.
Because last year, I couldn't.
Millions of little girls.
Every athlete is fueled by something.
Using HP mobile technology to get information quickly and easily, the world's police forces now fight crime digitally.
The first major advance for the fastest treatment of athlete's foot is Lamisil AT. Lamisil AT is the first non-prescription medicine proven to kill the fungus with just 1 week's use. Not even a prescription can beat that. Lotrimin AF and Tenactin still expect you to treat for 4 weeks. Who's gonna do that? When your feet itch and burn, using Lamisil AT 1 week keeps you athlete's foot free 3 months. Lamisil AT. There's no better way to cure athlete's foot.
How do we at Alpha Theta Theta make a collect call?
We down the center with 1-800 CALLATT. Free for you and cheap for them.
And by them, I mean
all the fly honeys.
Yeah. Now break it down.
1-800 CALLATT.
Save on every call. Dial 1-800-CALL-ATT for collect calls.
When you leave this building, you will be endowed with all my powers. All the powers of God.
This Memorial Day, the guy next door,
I've never seen the moon that big.
we really shouldn't waste it, gets his shot at being the man upstairs.
Sam?
Jim Carrey. Bruce Almighty, rated PG-13, at theaters Friday, May 23rd.
Motorcycle financing can have a funny way of changing on you when you don't expect it. So keep your eyes open and get a straight deal that doesn't change with financing that's as solid as a Honda. 0 down payment, 0 payments for the first 3 months, and lock in a low 6.9% fixed APR for up to 5 years for consistent monthly payments on any new Honda motorcycle, scooter, personal watercraft, or ATV. So head for your local Honda dealer today. And remember, it's not just a deal, it's a straight deal, and it's from Honda.
We're back on a beautiful night in Boston. These are the NBA playoffs on TNT with Jeff Van Gundy, John Thompson, and Cheryl Miller. This is Kevin Harlan with the New Jersey Nets in firm control, up by 20. And here's our Lamisil lessons in footwork. And who better to give us a nice two-step here but Jason Kidd, who gives you a different look and move. Chipping his way, carving his way for 2. Beautiful. One of the many dazzling plays turned in by Kidd, who's got 9 points and 9 assists tonight. New Jersey by 20, 64% shooting third quarter. That's mighty impressive.
And I like Byron Scott's decision to start with his big 3 on the floor in the fourth quarter. Do not even let them think that they can make a comeback. Put it on them right here and get this game over with, but don't take out your stars and let them make a run and then have to withstand the next run.
It's into Delk from Pierce, and Tony Delk gets it. Let's go back to Game 3 Eastern Conference Finals last year. New Jersey led by 21 going to the fourth, and Boston came back to win it. We're down by 20 as we go to the fourth quarter tonight.
If lightning strikes a second time, I'll pay you, Coach.
How much?
And as much as we remember that game, the Nets also remember it. And that's one of the reasons why they're going to try to prevent that from happening.
And they send Eric Williams inside, and he draws the foul. That's number 4 on him. Eric Williams picks up 4. There's not a single player in the game with 5. That brings you up to date on some foul problems. And here at the free throw line is Kenyon Martin.
30 to 8 from the free throw line in attempts. I mean, that's really something.
And too many times I think teams look at the discrepancy of free throws as biased officiating. This has nothing to do with that. One team, New Jersey's taking the ball at the basket in transition and half court, and the other team is a spot-up jump shooting team. Both teams play to their talent level, but New Jersey's an attacking team.
But New Jersey, John, you say all those free throw attempts, they have missed 14 free throws tonight.
Well, and that's what I meant when I said they weren't putting the nail in the coffin, but 20 to 7 as far as three-point attempts. The Celtics have taken 20, and that's one of the reasons they're not getting to the line. They don't have a post-up player. They're not doing a lot of penetration because they're closing it up on Pierce.
Celtics begin the fourth quarter with Williams, McCarty, Antoine Walker, Tony Delk. And with the ball right now is Paul Pierce. Working on Lucius Harris. Pierce across the lane, lost it. Martin slapped it away. And a New Jersey foul. It's on Kenyon Martin out there with Lucius Harris, Martin, Williams, Kidd, and Jefferson. It goes on Lucius Harris. Harris picks up his first foul. They were both defending on the play. Paul Pierce will be at the free throw line.
Well, at some point, if you're not getting transition baskets, you're not penetrating, you don't have a post-up player, you've got to definitely make those threes that they take from the outside, because at some point, you've got to get your points from someplace. The Celtics don't get transition baskets. They don't have a post-up player probably, but Williams, Pierce probably is the next one.
Pierce had 15 free throw attempts Wednesday in game 2. He had 20 free throw attempts Monday in game 1. And Jeff, tonight he's got 5. He is 5 of 5 from the line.
Well, I think New Jersey's really played a great defensive game, playing aggressive without fouling. They've done a tremendous job.
And I think Jim O'Brien is one hell of a coach to have done as much as he's done with this team.
Lucius Harris uncorking a 3. And Antoine Walker fetches the ball at midcourt. Crowd is still in it. Big shot coming up. McCarty, Delk, through traffic, and a foul. And it is on New Jersey. And they swing it on Aaron Williams, who picks up his second foul of the game.
Coach, I agree with you about Jim O'Brien. He's done an unbelievable job with this team. And what wins in this league is talent. New Jersey's got more talent. They're playing well. So if you have a better talented team who's playing well, you're going to win.
It's a 14-point game, and the Celtics were down by 20 to start the fourth quarter.
The Celtics' bad play is putting New Jersey in a certain little lull. They better get themselves going.
Kidd. Good screen from Williams. Rebound inside, tackled in by Walter McCarty. And Boston is on an 11-3 run. Pierce. Is he getting hot? Dancing on Harris. Rebound by Kidd. Off to Jefferson. Bumping into Pierce. Can't make it go on a foul. That's 5 on Paul Pierce.
Well, that's the thing that's so great about Jason Kidd. Even though the Celtics are making a run, he doesn't become cautious. He still attacks the Celtics down there and ends up coming away with a foul.
5 on Pierce, and that's obviously a concern as Byron Scott takes the temperature of his team out shooting. The Celtics playing some good defense, but down in rebounding. And the free throw differential plus 22.
Talking about doing a good job. This young man has done a great job with this team, too, in helping to get these guys to play together as a team. I love the improvement of Jefferson and Martin on this team.
And Rod Thorne really took a calculated gamble when he traded away Keith Van Horn and bet on Richard Jefferson becoming a very good starter. So we got to give Rod Thorne a lot of credit for making that trade and opening up that spot for Richard Jefferson.
Antoine Walker, rebound by Williams. Kidd, Lucius Harris.
It is unbelievable. The Celtics cannot find anybody in transition. They come down, they're back. They have the uniforms back, but they're all congregated within the paint.
New Jersey's bench has outscored Boston's 16-2 in this game.
Well, particularly with a kid like Jason. You've got to pick up people. You can't just run back because he's just so good at finding guys who can hurt you.
Antoine Walker, 5 of 16 shooting tonight.
And also good at knowing when to stop there and running the offense.
Kidd. Rebound by McCarty. Jason Kidd tonight, 9 points and 10 assists. Here comes Delk to McCarty. And they dump it into Eric Williams. Out of bounds and off Boston. Boston has started this fourth quarter, 2 of 7 shooting from the field. They're going to make a comeback. They're going to have much ground to pick up. Rob Thorne, last year's NBA Executive of the Year. That's how Danny Ainge is going to look in about a year. Gyrating, moving, grimacing, holding your breath. He's put together a sensational Nets team. They lead now.
Doesn't Miller Lite taste great? Blessed filling!
Wait. What about this? Doesn't Miller Lite taste great?
Great taste! Great taste! Blessed filling! Great taste! Blessed filling! Blessed filling!
What do you think about that? That's art.
Tell it over a great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. It's Miller time.
I've got an idea. Oh, but you're so cute, they say. Oh, but you're so smart, they say. Oh, but you're so sweet. Oh, stop. Because I put down the top to my Jeep Wrangler and I drive along the curves of the park, color filling my face, sun filling my eyes. Alone? Yeah. Lonely? Nuh-uh. Jeep. Understand?
Looks like we got ourselves another situation down here.
One man risks it all to save a town.
Tell your boss I'm coming to get him.
Don't miss Steven Seagal in Fire Down Below. Tomorrow at 8, one of the Saturday night new classics on TNT.
Somewhere between Pascagoula and paradise, palm trees, tropical breezes, and turquoise seas are calling.
Wasting away again in Margaritaville.
Pack your bags and set sail for Margaritaville with Jimmy Buffett.
Changes in latitude, changes in attitude.
Meet me in Margaritaville, the ultimate collection.
Cheeseburger in paradise.
38 sun-soaked island songs, including timeless favorites like Cheeseburger in Paradise, Fins, and 4 new live recordings, including A Pirate Looks at 40. Plus 6 new versions of Jimmy Buffett classics and 2 brand new recordings, Everybody's Talking and Sail on Sailor. Meet me in Margaritaville, the ultimate collection. Just $24.98 for 2 CDs, plus $4.95 shipping and handling. Call now and get a collectible Albatross pin free with your paid order. Rush delivery available.
This is Ernie Johnson in Studio A in Atlanta with an update on the Sacramento Kings' Chris Webber, who left last night's game when he injured his left knee against the Dallas Mavericks. And the news tonight is exactly what the Sacramento Kings did not want to hear. Chris Webber is expected to miss the rest of the playoffs. He tore cartilage in his left knee. It will require arthroscopic surgery, and the expected recovery time from that injury and subsequent surgery, 4 to 6 weeks. So Chris Webber expected to miss the rest of the playoffs. Kevin?
EJ, that is a huge blow, and of course that changes the complexion a bit with that series Sacramento has with Dallas. They're tied at 1. After tonight's game here, we send you cross country to Los Angeles, where the Spurs will try to go 3 games to none on the defending champion Lakers with John Thompson, Jeff Van Gundy, and Cheryl Miller, Kevin Harlan. By the way, Bobby Jackson also hurt for Sacramento.
And that's one of a coach's worst fears, that at this point of the season you lose a key player or players like that.
And Vlade Divac has got to step up and become more of an offensive factor, because they're going to need that post scoring.
Nice rebound on the kid miss by Martin. New Jersey is shooting 51%, and Boston is shooting 34% from the field in the game. Kidd. Williams. And Lucius Harris. Shot clock is down to 6 for Kenyon Martin. He's had a very good night shooting the ball. He's got 22 points, 9 of 11 from the field.
Well, and done a heck of a defensive job also. I mean, his intensity and getting Walker upset is very key in this game as much as his scoring is.
There's a foul, and it's on the Celtics, and it was on Antoine Walker. I'll make it on Williams. Eric Williams picked it up. As New Jersey is led by as many as 24. They lead now by 21. It's on Williams. Kidd.
Take care of the ball, get good shots.
Great pass to Aaron Williams, and they were very patient with that possession.
They heard you, Coach. That's as good a shot as you can get right there.
Absolutely. Don't have to gamble if you're the Nets. You take your break. If it's there, you get it. If you don't, you pull it out and burn clock.
Boston has not scored from the field in over 3.5 minutes. Eric Williams looking for Petit, another Boston turnover. They've got 16. New Jersey's got 6 turnovers for the game. And a frustrated Jim O'Brien watches his team fall apart here in Game 3. And they're bracing for a deficit of 3 games to none, heading to Monday night's possible Game 4, an elimination game for Boston. Kidd, Aaron Williams, you can hear that smack right there by Antoine Walker. That's the second on Antoine. And Cheryl, what do you have?
On that last play by Aaron Williams, that's exactly what Coach Scott wanted to see. He wants his players to continue attacking the basket. He wants them to continue to push the ball. And defensively, he said, get up in these guys and close the doors on them. Looks like they're doing that right now, guys.
Well, and they definitely are. Jason Kidd makes that a lot easier, though. A lot of coaches say that, Coach, don't they? If you don't have the right people out there or right person, that door will remain open.
You know, when you're X and O on the blackboard as a coach, you always put up a number 1, number 2 for all the positions. If that one is Jason Kidd, you're in good shape. We all wish we had a point guard like that at some point. Makes coaching very, very a nice job, a nice profession. If you don't,
if that one is okay, Kevin, that 2, 3, and 4 looks pretty good.
Kidd is 1 point and 2 rebounds short of a triple-double. He almost had a triple-double on Wednesday. He averaged a triple-double in the Eastern Conference Finals against Boston last year. It's J.R. Bremer into Paul Pierce, who's got a game-high 23 right now, tapped up and in by Antoine Walker, who's got 13.
It's almost not even newsworthy when Jason Kidd has a triple-double anymore. It just, that's what you expect, and he expects greatness of himself, and he never gets carried away. He's always humble.
It's a turnover, just the 7th tonight by New Jersey. And here comes Boston. They've nailed 7 3-point shots as Walker tries to pry his way inside, and a foul. It's on the Nets, and in his way was Richard Jefferson, who's tagged with his first foul.
Well, Walker still doesn't seem to be able to get any lift off his legs. I know that they said his ankle, his wrists were bothering him. But if you see him, even when he gets into position, he gets very little elevation at all. And I've got to feel that he's having a leg problem.
They're taking Paul Pierce into the back right now. He came out of the game, and they're walking him to the locker room.
He may be finished. I think it's that ankle again that he turned late in the game Wednesday. That's going to be a concern for everybody connected with the Celtics, including their new head of basketball operations, Danny Ainge.
I think I'm going to send him some Tums down there right now. He's looking at this. I'd love to have him sitting here so I can hear what he has to say when he knows, Coach, that he's got to fill in the blanks now.
It's all easier over here, isn't it?
The Nets have led by as many as 24. They have never trailed. Boston has not had one lead tonight. Great ball rotation. Jefferson tried the reverse jam. Gets his own miss. And it's a fresh 24-second shot clock with 5.5 to play in the game. Kidd with Bremer defending, and Martin a little pick and roll, and inside to Williams. Finger rolls it up. Lucius Harris trying to get a handle on it. Here comes J.R. Bremer. The Celtics have out-rebounded New Jersey tonight by 6. Bremer launching a 3 and another miss. And the Celtics 7 of 22 shooting threes tonight.
The thing that you've got to respect about Jason Kidd, though, is that you never see any nonsense or foolishness, regardless of what the score. The focus, the intensity, the execution remains the same if he's 7 down or 7 up or 10 down or 10 up.
Kenyon Martin banking it home. Martin may have just put the dagger in the Celtics with his 10 of 12 night from the floor and his game-high 25 points for New Jersey.
Timeout, Celtics.
I didn't expect this. I don't think anybody did, except New Jersey. The Nets have marched into Boston and have taken no prisoners, and they will force Boston into an elimination game on Monday. Buzzsawing the Celtics tonight, 90-66.
When it comes to international espionage, who is this? Staying invisible.
I don't believe we've met. We still haven't, sir.
Means staying alive. See The Art of War. Next Friday night at 8 on TNT.
Thanks for making me a fighter. Richard Jefferson. There's a rejection by Big Ben. Walker jumped it with the step. He ends it up. Robinson. A 3-on-2. Kid. Hold on. Welcome to the playoffs, ladies and gentlemen.
To my oldest son, I leave the chateau on the French Riviera. To my only daughter, the Manhattan penthouse. To my youngest son, I bequeath 150 acres of uninhabitable swampland.
Terrible. Yes!
With its amazing four-wheel drive capabilities, Jeep Grand Cherokee can make even the most unappealing terrain a lot more desirable.
No more biking for you. Oh, boy.
It's the moment of choice, Tylenol or Advil. Doctors nationwide choose Advil most for strains and sprains. Advil gives you longer-lasting relief than Tylenol on tough muscle pain. Advance to Advil.
What are they looking at? This is an easy call. Nothing's proven to beat the itching and burning of athlete's foot better than, boom, Tough Actin Tinactin. It's the only one clinically proven to prevent athlete's foot.
The rolling stands, Tinactin's still the toughest.
Good call. Boom, Tough Actin Tinactin.
Well, I had a really nice time tonight.
Me too.
Well, I guess it's getting late.
Yeah, it's getting late. Yeah, it's getting so dark.
See ya.
Call me. Time now for Budweiser's sponsorship of Danny Ainge's Caught My Eye, which does not follow Danny to the Celtics. And there is Danny, who, in fact, you know what? Ainge just stole the. I knew he would have one final stand in this. Let's try it again. Just caught my eye. The Kings have survived injuries all year. How serious will Weber's be? Ouch. John Barry's third quarter shooting kept Detroit in last night's win. What a play. Watching Dallas last night was like watching Doug Moe's Denver Nuggets. It was a race. Best surprise story of the playoffs, Tayshaun Prince of Detroit. He's been magnificent. Finally, 0-2, a shocker for LA. Game 3 tonight, unbelievably critical for the Lakers. Here comes Bremer down the lane. And Antoine Walker is off the court. Was he having some problems over there, John?
It looked like he was arguing with somebody in the stands. You know, they were restraining him a little bit over there.
It's Richard Jefferson with the Martin screen and a rebound by Delk. And now we've got a fight in back of the Boston bench. At the top of your screen, you can see it. And people are having to be restrained. A three-point shot will not go in. And a fan has been taken away. Somebody in the stands, I think, went after Antoine Walker. And the police now are over there covering that story.
Well, you hate to see something like that happen in a ball game.
It's picked up by Blount. And here comes Boston. shot is in. And it was hit by Bremer.
Well, and this is the kind of game that you want to just get over with and get out of here, Coach, especially the Nets. You don't want to see anybody get involved in anything foolish. At least they're not involved in it right now.
Kidd to Williams, and Aaron Williams gets a nice feed. Jason Kidd, 9 points, 11 assists, and 9 rebounds.
Well, what amazes me is how it's all rubbed off. Jason Kidd's personality is rubbed off on his team. Unselfish, stoic, great demeanor.
Walker is talking. Watch this now as he goes down, and a fan will come in and attempts to work his way at Antoine Walker, and he has to be restrained, and the security caught him just in time. Timeout.
Doesn't Miller Lite taste great?
Yeah, but I like it because it's less filling.
Great taste. Less filling. Great taste. Wait a minute, man. You know, I'd really like to start communicating better.
Oh, and I'd like to create a friendship where we support each other's growth.
Now there's a commercial I'd like to see.
Hot guys.
That's what you need for
expressing
strong
emotion.
Tell it over a great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. It's Miller time.
I've got a good idea.
This shirt is chafing me. Mine too.
People are dead.
Not from watching a video.
If fear has a shape,
Or you die, you see the ring.
if madness has a home,
Or you die, you see the ring. Show me the horses. You saw it.
if evil has a soul,
Everyone will suffer. You gotta come from
it is inside.
the ring.
Order it now on Blockbuster Pay-Per-View Movies.
Getting my rent money today, or Damon gonna come see you.
Damon! Craig and Day Day are getting something they never expected. Jobs.
Daddy, how I look? Like a damn snitch? Yeah, boy.
If there's any problems, you just blow. Toot toot. And this is your booth. Keep it real, huh?
Friday after next.
Blockbuster Pay-Per-View Movies. Tune to the 100s and order with your remote.
No one ever ruled the world. But one man came close. Caesar. Sunday, June 29th at 8 on TNT.
We have some additional information on that display in back of the Boston bench. We showed you before a fan coming in and going after Walker. Who that fan was someone going after the guy that Walker was having a confrontation with. So Walker just finishes his battle, and then this guy right there comes out of the players' ticket section to go and battle the guy that was giving Walker a time. You can see Walker saying, hold off. And see, he's yelling at the guy that Walker was having his confrontation with.
Well, it's absolutely no place in the game for that. And I'm just glad to see that Antoine handled himself as well as he did in that situation.
Dikembe Mutombo is in for the first time in this series for New Jersey in the final 2:42 of the game. Dealt to Blum. Pierce is out. We're looking at his ankle among other ailments, and Walker is out of the game. And Boston is looking eye-to-eye Jeff Van Gundy with a 3-0 deficit in this series.
I think it'll be very interesting to see if Boston responds the way Portland responded when they were down 3-0. Will they, over the next 2 days, regenerate their enthusiasm and intensity and get themselves back up? Or are they just going to go quietly into this sweep? Because it says a lot about a team, how they're going to handle this next game, and the player and their best players.
I think you're absolutely correct. The only thing that I would wonder about is whether Boston has enough personnel, Jeff, to be able to do that. Portland's got so much personnel and probably were a little bit underachieving. This Boston team is overachieving.
That's a great point. And I think in the next game, San Antonio is going to have the same opportunity that New Jersey had. If they come out right and withstand that initial burst by LA, they'll have a chance to be 3-0 on them, because I think San Antonio is clearly the better team this year.
Brian Scalabrine in the game for the first time in this series. Grant Long was defending, and Scalabrine, who's out of USC, picks up his first personal foul. So let's set the lineups here for the final 2 minutes of this game. Bimbo Cole's in, Grant Long, Blunt, Bremer, and Brown, Kedrick Brown for the Boston Celtics. New Jersey with Harris, Mutombo, Scalabrine, Johnson, and Slay. Outside shot is nailed by Kedrick Brown. 2-point shot. Tamar Slay is the rookie for New Jersey out of Marshall.
It's a good thing that Mutombo can get an opportunity to get a little run in here, because you never can tell what's going to happen down the line. You know, I've been impressed with his attitude since he first sounded off in the beginning. You know, he's gotten himself under control. He's rooting for the team. He's now, you know, in the spirit of winning a little bit more than being concerned about his own personal playing time.
And I couldn't agree with you more. For a guy with his pedigree to be out here in what's basically garbage time and being into the game instead of showing his displeasure with being out there, I'm very impressed. And like you, after that initial outburst where he was talking too much about himself and not enough about the team, he's totally changed back to who he truly is, which is a team-first guy.
You can log on to NBA.com or America Online keyword NBA for the exclusive 2003 playoffs section. It features live post-game press conferences, photo galleries, video highlights, and more. Love it live on NBA.com. Brown with the miss. Johnson with the rebound. And the final 1:23 to play. New Jersey has shot 51%. Here's Dikembe Mutombo. Working on Mark Blount. Knocked it away. Shot clock at 5. Lucius Harris. Scalabrine. Got it to go. Ryan Scalabrine, second-round pick by New Jersey. A frustrated Tony Delk. He finishes tonight with 16 points in the heels of his 19-point performance on Wednesday. Paul Pierce tonight only scored 23. I say only because he has been just so dynamic in this series. But 8 of 22 for Pierce. Walker 6 of 17. And Boston just did not have it. San Antonio Lakers coming up next from Los Angeles. Detroit 76ers, Mavericks, and Kings tomorrow on ESPN. The Spurs and Lakers game 4 on ABC on Sunday. And then on TNT, Detroit, Philadelphia, Dallas, Sacramento. Beginning at 7:30 Eastern Time, TNT on Sunday night. Kedrick Brown.
The Celtics really have to regain and regroup psychologically more than even physically. I think that they're physically shallow in terms of the personnel that they have, but emotionally, the thing that surprises me is that when you're undermanned, you may be able to feed off of this crowd and the environment and get yourself going. They never were able to do that.
No, and I think, again, a lot of that had to do with New Jersey playing a very good game defensively, handling the ball well, giving them no opportunities to score in transition, because I don't think it was an effort problem by Boston. I thought they played hard. Walker 15 rebounds, Pierce 10 rebounds, not an effort problem, as you said, personnel problem, and also I don't think they handled it very well when it wasn't going well for them.
They are dealing with the clock problem right now as Jason Kidd, 9 points, 9 rebounds, 11 assists. Kenyon Martin, 25 points and 7 rebounds. And again, they work just terrifically tonight. This by Scalabrine. No one has come back in the semifinals from a 3-0 deficit. And the odds against Boston doing that, well, they're very tough.
Extremely tough, I feel, because I don't feel that they have the manpower to be able to do that.
Anthony Johnson, rebound by Long. Jason Kidd and some of the Nets are already heading to the locker room. Game 4 can be seen right here on TNT on Monday night. And then if there is a Game 5 at New Jersey Wednesday. The New Jersey Nets have taken a 3-0 lead on the Boston Celtics in this Eastern Conference semifinal. Winning it convincingly tonight, 94-76. They led by as many as 25 points, led by the 25 of Kenyon Martin, who is standing by with Cheryl Miller.
Kenyon, this is obviously a great win for you guys. Unfortunately, things got a little out of hand by the fans and whatnot, but just talk about the game plan. You guys were solid all night.
We wanted to come out and be aggressive. You know, we were in the position last year. You know, we came up here and they came back on us. It was a great team effort. You know, we defended from the beginning to the end of the game. You know, we got up and down. We ran our offense to perfection. You know, so it was a great game.
You know, Jason Kidd got into early foul trouble, but, you know, Johnson comes off the bench and really did a good job executing the offense in the first half.
He gives us a spark out of the bench because he picks up full court and he knows the offense. He's been there for a couple of years, and he was with Eddie in Sacramento, so he knows the offense well. So he comes off the bench and he plays well for us.
Monday, you had the opportunity to close them out. Hopefully you can duplicate this effort tonight.
Yeah, you know, we want to duplicate this. We want to come out and get the same type of effort we did tonight. Just stay focused and hopefully we see how it plays out.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Let's send it back to you, Kevin.
Cheryl, thank you. The East now looks like this. New Jersey up 3-0. Detroit up 2-0 on the 76ers. Game 3 in that series tomorrow night. Our director tonight, Lonnie Dale. Our producer, Mike Burks. For Jeff Van Gundy, John Thompson, and Cheryl Miller, Kevin Harlan saying so long from Boston.